Creating websites would be the easiest thing ever if you just follow this one step-by-step masterclass. Let's have a sneak peek at what you'll learn in this tutorial. I'll show you how to get your own domain name with a super secure SSL certificate. We will be using WordPress to create our website. It's used by the best companies and artists to create their own website. It's also used by 43% of all websites on the internet. And it's free! We'll be using only the mighty Elementor and Elementor PRO page builder. No additional plugin is required, so your website would be super blazing fast. By the way, you don't need any kind of design skill nor any coding experience. This tutorial is for complete beginners, and by using Elementor Page Builder, we will create everything just by drag and drop. You can change any font size, any color. You can play with all the spacing. You will learn how to create a logo by using a free online tool. How to make this awesome homepage with modern and trendy design modules. I will show you everything from scratch so you can become a master of Elementor Page Builder. I will show you how to create an amazing about page like this. How to create this professional services page with enlisted services, gallery and videos. And you can make single services pages like digital marketing services and SEO services. We'll make this pricing page with nicely designed pricing tables. Then here's a fully functional contact form inside of your contact page. You can also have FAQs and embedded Google Maps. I will also show you how to write perfect blog posts with categories, featured images, and blog details in Elementor Pro. People can also comment on your blog post. I will show you how to copy and paste from one page to another page to save your valuable time. And most importantly, we will learn how to make any website 100% responsive for tablet and mobile devices. After completing this tutorial, you can create all these amazing websites by yourself. You can do it for your own or for your clients. Let me introduce myself first. My name is Abir Hussain and I'm a professional web developer. Even in the past, I've completed so many freelance WordPress projects for my clients. So basically, you're learning all the best methods and techniques from a real professional web developer. Already so many people have started their web design career after watching my tutorials. So please grab some coffee, grab some water, and you can be the next. I'm really excited. If you're excited like me, please give this video a big thumbs up. This is the only thing I want from you. Other than that, this video is completely free for you. Just have a look. If you like this video, then from YouTube's left bar, you can go to your like videos and find this video easily later. Alright, let's dive in. We will be creating our beautiful website in 4 easy steps. First, I'll show you how to get your own domain name and web hosting. I'll even provide you a 78% discount link. Next, we'll install WordPress. Then, we'll install a free theme and Elementor Pro. Finally, we'll start creating our amazing website step by step. I'll also add timestamps in the description so you can jump to any part you need at any time. Alright then, without any further delays, let's now start with step number 1, which is getting your domain name and web hosting. So first of all, what is a domain name? Domain name is basically your website address, like Facebook has facebook.com, Amazon has amazon.com, we have jimfahaddigital.com. Similarly, for your website, you need an address that will be yourwebsitename.com. And what is web hosting? Web hosting is the storage space for your website. All the images, texts you will have in your website, all will be stored in your own web hosting. As you are owning your own web hosting, so there wouldn't be any limitation. You can run ads, you can upload any text or images, you can upload any theme or plugin you want. You are in charge of your own website. Now, how to get your own web hosting with a free domain name? So first, just click on the very first link in the description below this video, or you can go to jimfahaddigital.com/besthost. So why Hostinger? In my opinion, Hostinger is the most affordable and also the fastest web hosting provider available. Just have a look into all their Trustpilot reviews. People are super happy with their hosting speed, affordable pricing, and customer support. Now from here, you can change the language if you want. Maybe you speak Spanish or Portuguese or Hindi. You can select your language from here. So now let's just close this. One thing I also do want to say is that this page changes quite often. In fact, they probably change it once a month. So if the banner or interface looks different, don't worry, don't panic. This happens quite often. It's the same website. Now let's scroll down a bit and you'll find all the different plans here. By the way, here we can see 3 plans, but sometimes you may see 4 plans here. Just don't panic because you can create your own website with any of these plans. But as you're just starting out, I recommend taking this premium or business plan. With both of these plans, you can create up to 100 websites. For example, today you're creating a portfolio website, tomorrow you want to create a business website, and next week you want to create an e-commerce website. So you don't need to purchase hosting each time. You can create all the websites within this same web hosting plan. So here with the premium plan, you'll get 100 GB storage. With the business plan, you'll get 200 GB storage. And with any of these plans, you'll get all features like this. Unlimited free SSL, so all of your websites would be encrypted and super secure. Unlimited bandwidth, so there wouldn't be any limit how many website visitors you'll have. Free email, you can create hundreds of professional email addresses like info@yourwebsite.com or admin@yourwebsite.com like these. Then free domain. Yes, like I said, you'll get a domain name for free. You'll also get tons of WordPress features like one-click WordPress installation, free website migrations. So if you want to move your existing website from another hosting provider to Hostinger, they will transfer it on behalf of you. How cool is that? Now let's talk about security. Personally, I'm very serious about website security. And Hostinger just nailed it with all these features like Cloudflare protected name servers, malware scanners, and all these. I've had very bad experiences with other web hosting providers. We've got so many malware attacks and we had to pay the hosting providers additionally to use their other security tools. But here in Hostinger, you're getting all these security tools for free. Now, let's select a plan. And like I said, you can take any of these plans based on your needs. For now, I'm taking the premium plan. You can upgrade it later anytime. So click on Add to Cart. Alright, so here you're going to see different pricing options. Now this is referring to how long do you want to host with Hostinger. So we have 1 month, 12 months, 24 months, and then we also have 48 months. First of all, I don't recommend going with 1 month because it's almost $12 a month, which is super expensive. We don't want that. My recommendation would be to go with 48 months. So for the first 4 years, you just need to pay $2.99 per month. That will save you $432. And then after those 4 years, you start to pay $7.99 per month, which is still super affordable for a web hosting plan that can hold up to 100 websites. But if you just want to start with 2 years or 1 year, you can click over here. And then in your first year, you just pay $3.19 per month. And you're still going to create up to 100 websites. And after that first year, you start to pay $9.99 per month. So the longer the first period, the more discount you will get when you renew your plan. So if you have the budget and you want to get the most discount possible, you can go for the 48 months. And after those 48 months, you start to pay around $7.99 per month instead of $9.99. But wait, there's more. If you scroll down over here, you see this have a coupon code button. And now if you click on it, then if you fill in with my special coupon code, which is JFD10, and click on apply, you will now get a total of 78% discount. Now if we scroll up again and then select the 1 year plan and now scroll down, can you believe that you're almost getting the same amount of discount and we're also getting super fast web hosting with a free domain name for the full year only for $34. What an amazing deal, right? So scroll up again. Now you see pricing is only $2.87 per month for the first 12 months, $2.78 per month for the first 24 months, and $2.69 per month for the first 48 months, as we've added the JFD10 discount code. For now, I will go for 12 months, and then if we go here, then put down your email address. Make sure to put your best email address because they will create your hosting account with this email address. Now let's put a very strong password here. Now if we scroll down, now you see you can pay using your credit card, PayPal, Google Pay, or you can even pay using cryptocurrency. Also, you may see more different local payment options based on your country. Now if we scroll down, and here I'm just going to put my card informations. And then let's just click on Submit Secure Payment. So from here, you can just skip this part. And then it's asking if we want to create or migrate a website. And since we're not going to migrate any website, we're just going to create one. So let's just select Create. Then click on Next. Then from here, make sure to select WordPress and then click on Create with WordPress. Now here, it's asking us to create login details for WordPress account. So you already know what to do. To create our WordPress account, we need to put down our email, and since my email address is already here, I'm just going to put a strong password here. Now I'm done putting my password, so now let's just click on Next. Now here it's asking us what type of website we want to build, and according to the type of website you want to build, you can choose any type from here. If you're going to create a blog website, you can choose blog. If you're going to create an online business for your store, then you can select this one. Now, since the one we will be creating is for our agency portfolio, so I will be choosing this one. Then click on Next. Okay, now let's just skip this one. Now here it's asking us if we want pre-selected plugins for our portfolio. So here let's just select this one because I want to select my plugins manually. Then let's click on Next. Now, since we're going to put our plugins manually, let's just skip this one. Now here it's asking what domain name do we want to use for our website. Let's write AbirTuts, which is short for Abir Tutorials. Now, as I'm done putting my domain name, you can see that it's suggesting us a lot of other domain names with extensions. Like here you can see abirtuts.in, abirtuts.me, abirtuts.com, and more. From here, you can choose any extension you like, but I recommend you to choose the .com extension because it sounds more professional and legit. So I'm just gonna choose abirtuts.com, this one, and then I'm just gonna click Next. Now we need to fill up some details for my domain name. So here I'm selecting my country, Bangladesh, and then I'm selecting personal, which is selected by default. Then click on the Next Step button. Now here, I'm just quickly putting my details. Alright, so here I'm done putting my informations here. So now let's just scroll down and then click on Finish Registration button. So here it's asking us where is our portfolio target audience. And here you can just keep this default one, which in my case they have selected a data center in the United States, Arizona, the closest one they have to my country, but in your case it can be a different one. So you can just keep it to the default one or change it from here, or you can also just change it later on. So now I'm just gonna keep it as it is and then click on the Next button. Now it's installing WordPress, so just wait a bit, no need to rush it. And as you can see, our WordPress is being installed very quickly. It's almost done, we're pretty much there. And right now we're at the control panel of Hostinger. Here if we go into the Home tab, you'll see in the account actions, it's saying that they have sent a verification email to our Gmail account. So let's check our email. And in your inbox, you'll find an email where it says verify your email address, which is a verification email from the Hostinger team. So now from here, we'll just simply click on verify email button here. And then it will take you back to the Hostinger control panel with the email address verified. Now from here, I want to get my WordPress. So from hosting and premium web hosting, let's click on this manage button. Then it will take us to the Hostinger dashboard. Then from here, let's click on this WordPress overview. And then if we scroll down, we can see that it says WordPress admin panel. So now if we click here, it will take us to the WordPress dashboard. Now finally we're inside the WordPress dashboard or the WordPress admin panel, and here I'll make you guys familiar with all of these options such as posts, media, pages, comments, appearance, and all of these things. And even though all of these things are pretty simple and self-explanatory, I'd still explain them to you guys so that you can have a better understanding and you don't have to waste your time by exploring all of these options on your own. And you can just start from the get-go without wasting any time. So here is our dashboard, and as you guys can see that there are so many extra pop-ups here, right? And these pop-ups are here by default. But we don't want these pop-ups popping up here, right? Since it will distract our workflow. And it's always better to work in a clean environment after all. So to clear all of these unwanted pop-ups, you can just manually dismiss them like this by clicking on this dismiss button or X. You can also minimize these pop-ups by clicking on these drop-down buttons like this. Or you could also do another thing. You could just go to the top right corner and click on this screen options drop-down. Then from here, all you need to do is just uncheck these pop-ups from here like this. Now, as you guys can see that our dashboard is completely neat and clean. So let's minimize this. But now I would like to clean up my WordPress dashboard even more. So for that, let's hover on this plugins option and then let's click on installed plugins. And here, as you guys can see that we already have some default plugins, but for our website, the website which we are going to make, we don't really need these specific plugins. Of course, we will need plugins, but not these ones. So we need to delete these plugins. Now before deleting them, as you can see that some of these plugins may be activated. So what we need to do is, you can choose the activated plugin, or you could do another thing. To make sure that you deactivate all the plugins, you can just select all of them from here by checking on this box. Then click on this bulk actions option, and here you'll find this deactivate button. So click on it and then click on apply to deactivate them. Now as you can see that all of these plugins are deactivated. And now after deactivating, all you need to do is select them all together again. And then from bulk actions, we're going to click on delete and then click on apply to delete them. Now the browser pop-up is asking us if we want to delete these selected plugins, and of course we want to delete these plugins. So let's click on this OK button. And there you go. All the plugins were successfully deleted. For a much cleaner look, you can just refresh the page. And here, as you guys can see, that no default plugins are available now. So from here, we can just install the plugins that we will be needing for our website and not have any default plugins from before. Now, you might be wondering, what is a plugin? Well, plugins are basically these extra apps or extra add-on like things that extend or increase the functionality of your WordPress website. And of course, for our website, we will be using some plugins, but the ones that we just deleted right now, we didn't really need them. So now we're all done with the clearing process of plugins. Now the next thing I will be showing you guys is how you can change the password of your website. So for that, we're going to hover on this user tab from here and then click on profile. And from here, you can also choose the color scheme as well. So as you guys can see that currently the color scheme is set to default, but you can change it to any other color scheme as you wish, like light, modern, midnight, or whatever you want. However, the main thing to understand here is that whenever you change the admin color scheme, this admin control panel color will change. And that's all there is to it. But since this admin control panel is only visible to us, so I'm just going to keep the admin color scheme to default. Because we, the admins, can only see it and it's not visible to the visitors of our website. Then if you scroll down, you can also see that you can also change the language from here. So currently it's given the site default language, which is English. So you can also change it to your mother tongue or whichever other language you want your website to be in. So for now, I'm just going to keep the site default language, but you can change it to any other language you want. And then up next, you can see that you can also change your name from here or just set a name. So here I'm just going to put my first name first and then put my last name as well. And then you can also set your nickname in this field right here. And then after this part is very important, okay? So from here, you can choose whichever variation of your name you like from here And now let's say if you write any blog post, the display name that you choose from here will be shown as the author's name on that blog post. So choose your display name wisely. Now I'm just going to choose this one. Then after scrolling down, you can also change the email if you want. And then after scrolling down again, you can also change your profile picture, your WordPress profile picture, by clicking on this blue writing here. And then finally, under account management, you can set your new password by clicking on this button, which says set new password. Now WordPress will suggest you a random strong password like this one, but you can set it to your liking, and I'm going to change it to something easy so that I can always remember it. So let's hide this, and then let's put our new password. So once you're done putting the password and doing all the other settings that you wanted to do, just scroll down, and then from here click on update profile button, which is this one. Now at this stage, I'm gonna make you guys familiar with two basic terms. One is the backend or the dashboard of our website, and another one is the front end of our website. Now what you've been seeing until now is the dashboard or the backend of our website, because only we can see it since we're the admin of this website. Now if you want to see the front end of the website, all you gotta do is hover on the site name here, and then let's right click on visit site, then open this in a new tab. And now here on this tab, we can see the front end of our website, and the whole world can see this portion of our website as well. You see? So this is the front end, but this portion, I mean the admin panel that you see here, people can't really see this. Only we the admins can see it. So for now, our website is looking like this. Of course, we will change it the way we want, but currently this is what the front end of our website looks like. Now, before doing anything else, I just want to do some other basic settings. So for that, let's go to the backend or the dashboard, and now hover on settings. Then click on general. And from here, you can change the site title, as you can see. So in this site title field, you can actually put the name of your business, but I'm just going to keep it the way that it is right now. And then here in this tagline field, you can write some tagline, but try to write something meaningful here because this will also help you to rank on Google search engine. So here I'm just gonna write best web design agency in California. Then you don't really need to mess with these URLs right here. Just leave them the way that they are. And then you can also change the site language from here, as you can see. And then here's the different time zone option. Then you also have the date format option. So from here you can set it to any date format, like in which order you would like the dates to be shown. But I'm also just going to keep them the way that they are. We also have time format, and I'm just going to leave the rest as they are and then click on save changes. Now the next thing I want to do is let's go under setting, and from here let's click on permalinks. Now this permalink structure part is also very important. Here you may see that the permalink default structure is set to day and name. Sometimes you might even see it set as plain. But I highly recommend you to set it as post name. Because if you keep them as plain, you see that any of your post page link or any other pages link would look like this, which would be your websitename.com, then / and then this kind of bizarre number. But if you keep your permalink structure to post name, then your other page's URL would be like this, which is your websitename.com / then the page's name or the post name, which is more human readable. And it's also good for search engine optimization. So I'm setting it up as post name. Then scroll down and click on save changes. Alright, now the thing that we were talking about, the backend and the front end of our website. So this is the backend and this is the front end. So first of all, if you want to change the outlook and feel of your website, which is looking like this right now. So to change it, you need to change the theme of your website. Now to do that, let's go back to dashboard, hover on appearance, and then click on themes. And here you'll see some themes which came by default. Currently there's only one theme here, as you can see, but we're gonna use another theme which is named Hello Elementor. But you can also select any theme you want. But for this tutorial, I'm just going to select or install the theme which is named Hello Elementor. So for that, all you need to do is click on this add new theme button here. Then from here you can browse and choose any theme of your liking, but I'm just going to use Hello Elementor. which is this one. And if you're looking for any other themes, then you can also search for that theme by putting the name of that theme in this search themes field here, okay? Like if I write Hello Elementor, then the Hello theme would be at the top. So now I'm just going to install it. And then also let's activate the theme. Now after installing and activating our theme, if we go to the front end of our website and then refresh the page, as you can see that the outlook and feel of our website has been completely changed. Now I know that it's looking kind of really boring and plain, but no need to worry, because I'll help you create everything step by step from scratch. And now to turn this into a stunning website, we're going to be using Elementor Page Builder, which is one of the best page builders out there. And you guys should know that Elementor is also a WordPress plugin. So now to add this plugin, let's go back to our WordPress dashboard, then go inside of plugins, and then let's click on add new plugin. And then you can search for any plugin that you want to install. So since I'm going to install Elementor Page Builder, so I'm going to search for Elementor in this search plugins field here. And here it is, as you guys can see, Elementor Website Builder. And it also has very good reviews, as well as you can also see that there are 10 million plus active installations. The numbers actually say it all, how good this page builder is. So let's install it. And after it's been installed, just click on activate. Now this is the Elementor onboarding, since we have installed the Elementor plugin. That's what this is showing, so we can just click this X from here, and then it'll be closed. And then again, if we go to our plugins, as you guys can see that Elementor is now installed and it's also activated. So since now we have installed the Elementor normal version, so now it's time to install the Elementor Pro version. Now to get the Elementor Pro version, just go to gymfahaddigital.com. The link to this page will also be given below in the description box. So after coming to gymfahaddigital.com, now from here under important links, you'll see this Get Elementor Pro option. So you can click here to get the Elementor Pro version. And it will take you to the Elementor pricing page. So here you can see different plans for Elementor Pro version. And with Elementor Pro, you can do a lot more, like making animated websites, blogs, or even online stores without needing to know any kind of coding. So here we can see different types of pricing plans. First up, we have Essential Website Builder, then we have Advanced Solo Website Builder, and then we have the most popular one, which is Advanced Website Builder, and then we also have Expert Website Builder. So with the Advanced Website Builder, you can create up to 3 sites. You'll also get 86 pro widgets, theme builders, and so much more. And then with the Expert Website Builder, you can create up to 25 websites. And if you toggle this to 1000 websites, which is the Agency Website Builder, so with this one, you can create up to 1000 websites. It has all the custom features that you can possibly need in order to create an advanced website. So just to give you guys a slight idea, if you guys are just trying to build websites with Elementor Page Builder, then you can actually go with this popular one, which is the Advanced Website Builder. So this one is more like beginner friendly, like people who are trying to create websites for themselves, they can actually use this pricing plan. But if you are a more professional website builder, like if you're a freelancer or an agency owner, then I recommend you to go with this Agency Website Builder or with this one, which is the Expert Website Builder. So you can go with these 2 plans, which are for the more advanced and professional website builders. So the main thing to understand here is that if you're starting out new, you can go with this short plan with which you can create up to 3 sites. But if you have bigger plans, like creating more amount of websites for freelancing or for your agency, then you could go with these 2 plans, okay? So now just to show you guys how this buying process works, I'm going to buy this plan so that you guys could follow along on how you could buy the Elementor Pro version. So just click on buy now. Now after that, you'll just simply need to sign in with your Elementor account. If you don't have an Elementor account already, then you can just create an Elementor account and then you can sign in. And after that, you'll just have to enter your billing info, like your first name, last name, the email with which you have created your Elementor account, and then put all the other information as well. But since these informations are optional, you can choose to input them or you can also choose to leave them empty. So after we're done with filling up with this information, you'll just simply need to click on continue. And then comes the final steps, which is choosing the payment method. So from here, you can choose PayPal or credit card, whichever payment method you want. So I'm just going to choose credit card and let's add my payment method. So here you'll just need to put your card information. So I'm just going to do that. And then after putting your card information, all you need to do is just simply click on Pay Now. And after purchasing Elementor Pro, it will take you to the Elementor dashboard. And from here, you can also link your website from WordPress. So from here, the only thing we're going to do is from the top right corner, as you guys can see, this download button. So if you click on this, and as you can see that in the downloads, you have Elementor Pro Advanced, which is basically the Elementor Pro version. So now if you just click here, then the Elementor Pro version zip file will be downloaded on your device. So let's just click here. And as you can see, it's being downloaded on your device. So now let's close this. And then inside of our WordPress dashboard, inside of plugins, we're going to click on Add New Plugin. But now this time, instead of searching for a plugin, we're going to upload a plugin, which is the Elementor Pro version zip file that we just downloaded. So click on Upload Plugin here, then click on Choose File. So here's the Elementor Pro version zip file. Now we're simply just going to choose this one. And after it's been chosen, just simply click on Install Now. Now here, as you guys can see, that our plugin was uploaded and installed successfully. So now let's activate our plugin by clicking on this Activate Plugin button. And after the activation, as you guys can see that it has brought us back to the plugins page. And here we have both Elementor Pro version. But one thing you guys also should remember that before installing Elementor Pro version, you always need to install Elementor free version, okay? So from the plugins, first install the Elementor free version and then install and activate the Elementor Pro version. So now after that, just click on Connect and Activate. And then you'll see this page where it will ask you to activate your license. So click on Activate My License. And then you'll see that your license has been activated. So you are all ready to go to work with your Elementor Pro account. So now we're finally done with our Elementor Pro installation and activation. Like if we just go to the plugins now, as you can see that the Elementor Pro version is activated. So now I can finally show you the full power and potential of Elementor Pro. So now let's go to Pages to create our first page. And here, as you guys can see that there are already some dummy pages which came by default after the installation of WordPress. So let's select all of these pages by checking this box here. And then from bulk actions, let's click on Move to Bin. Then click on Apply. And then you can also delete them permanently from the bin. So again, select them all. And from bulk actions, delete permanently. And then click on Apply. And now it's all clean. So let's finally click on Add New Page to create our first page. And then here it's suggesting us to add the title of our page. So I'm just gonna write Home here. Then let's just click on Publish from here. And then click on Publish again. And as you can see that the page was published. So our home page is now live. Now even though it's saying that home is live now, but if we go to the front end of our website and then refresh our page, as you can see that it's still showing our archives as the default homepage. It's not showing the homepage that we just created. Now this is because WordPress shows Posts Archives page on the default page. So this archives writing that you see here is actually the archives for our blog posts. But we don't want our blog posts as the default homepage, right? We want this page, this homepage that we just created, as our default homepage, so that whenever someone enters our web page, they will first see this homepage on this default page. So to do that, let's go back to our WordPress dashboard. Click on this WordPress icon here and then hover on Settings, then go inside of Reading. Now this is the thing that I was talking about. So currently, as you guys can see, that your homepage displays, which means our homepage displays our latest posts, which is this, the archives of our blog posts. But we don't want it as our homepage display. So let's change it to a static page. And then from here, we can select which page we want as the default homepage. So from here, you can set the homepage. Just click on here. And from here, you can see that this is the homepage that we just created. So if we set it as our default homepage and then click on Save Changes. And now if we go to the front end of our website, then refresh the page. See, the homepage that we just set as our default homepage is now showing here. So now whenever someone will enter our website, they will first see this homepage as the default homepage. So just like this, from reading settings, you can change whichever page you want to show as the homepage display page. So now, since we finally have this homepage that we have created as our default homepage, we can now finally customize this page the way we want and then decorate it and design it the way we want. And this is the part where Elementor Page Builder comes in, because to design this page, Elementor Page Builder is what we're going to use. So now again, let's go to the backend or the dashboard, and then from here, go inside of Pages, and then go inside of Home, click on Edit, and then since we're going to create this page with Elementor, so let's click on Edit with Elementor. So now finally we're inside of the Elementor Page Builder where the fun begins. So this homepage is actually this homepage that we saw here. So currently there's nothing here, but now we have opened this page with Elementor. So now we can use all these tools and widgets to customize and build our homepage. So this is actually the Elementor canvas, and in this Elementor canvas or Elementor interface, we will be customizing and designing our pages for the whole website. Okay, so this is the header and this is the page name, and these are actually our footer. And on the left side, what you guys see here are actually the Elementor widgets or Elementor elements. So on this left panel, all the widgets that you see are actually the building blocks of your web page. So these are the basic ones. These come free with the Elementor free version. And these are the Pro widgets or elements, which only come with the Elementor Pro version. And since we have installed and activated Elementor Pro version, that's why all of these widgets are available to us. Otherwise, these widgets wouldn't have been made available to us. But now we can use all of these Pro widgets to make our website even more interesting and amazing. So this is basically the whole interface. And this is our Elementor canvas. So in here, we will be creating our pages. And to do that, first of all, you will need to take a structure. So to take a structure, you need to click on this plus icon right here. Then we're going to choose this flexbox layout. And for structure, you can choose any one of these structures as you wish. But since we are still learning the basics, so let me just take a simple one. So let's just take this one, which is the column directed structure. So now this is our container within our whole canvas, okay? Now to change the height of your container, what you can do is simply drag this wheel to the right. So if you drag it to the right, as you can see, that the height of your container will increase, and if you drag it to the left, then the height of your container will decrease. And if you want your container height to be even more accurate, then you can also put the value here manually. So let's say I'm gonna put here 400, or let's make it 350. Yeah, that seems about right. Okay, so we've given the height value of our container to 350 pixels. And then for the moment, I'm just going to keep the justified content to center. And I'll also elaborate these things as we go. But if I now explain it all together, then it might get really confusing for you guys. So let's just learn one by one. In that way, it will be more easy for us to understand the whole concept of the Flexbox container and the overall Elementor layout, okay? So up next, for instance, let's say you want to give your container a background color. So for that, you'll need to go under the Style tab. So this one. And then under background, select background type to classic. And from here, you can choose color. So if you click on this color picker, from here, you can choose any color that you want your container's background color to be. So you can play with all these colors and you can choose whichever one you like. So for now, I'm just going to pick this black color. And then within this container, if you want to add any Elementor widget or elements, all you need to do is simply click on this plus icon. Or you can also do another thing. You can click this plus icon right here. So both these plus icons actually do the same thing. You can just click on whichever one you find more convenient. And as soon as you click on this plus icons, these Elementor widgets will be available to you. So now let's say you want to add a heading inside of your container. So for that, all you need to do is click and drag this heading widget and then drop it inside of a container here. And then if you want to change the text of your heading, you can just triple click over here. Or you could also do another thing. You could just change the text of your heading from here. So in this title field, I'm just going to write Jim Fahad Digital. And then just like before, if you want to do any styling for your heading, and then if you want to do any styling of your heading, then you just need to go under the Style tab here. And then from here, you can change its alignment. So currently, as you guys can see, that it's left aligned by default, but you can change it to center or right, whichever one you want. So I'm just gonna keep it center for now. And then from text color, you can change the color of your text as well. So if you click on this color picker, as you can see that by default, it's getting this cyan bluish color, but you can change it to any other color you want. So I'm gonna make it white for now. Just remember that this is a draft, so your page is not published yet. So you can actually do whatever you want in here. So just remember that you have the complete freedom to explore all of these options, okay? You can play with all of these colors as you wish and change the color to whichever one you like. Now I'm just gonna keep it white. And then after choosing the color, we can actually change the typography of our heading as well. So if we click on this pencil icon for typography, then first of all from here you can actually change the font family. So currently it's given Roboto by default, but you can change it to any other Google font as you wish, and all of these are totally free, so you can actually use whichever one you like. But for now I'm just going to pick a font family that I like very much, which is Poppins. So just like this, in the search bar you can also search for fonts that you're looking for and then choose that font to turn your heading into that font, just like that. And then by dragging the size wheel, you can also change the size of your heading. So I'm just gonna keep it like this for now. And all wheels actually work in the same way. If you just drag it to the right, then the value will increase. And if you drag it to the left, then the value will decrease. It's as simple as that, okay? And then you can also change the weight of your heading. So from here, if you select light, so as you can see that the writing has become very thin or lightweight. Or you could also choose from weight and make it extra bold. So in this case, as you can see that the writing has become heavyweight or very thick or bold. And then after that, you can also transform the writing to all uppercase, lowercase, capitalize, whichever one you like, okay? You can also change its style, so you can make it italic, but I'm just gonna keep it normal for now. Then after that, we also have the letter spacing. So letter spacing is basically what it sounds like. It increases or decreases the space between all the letters of your writing. So you can drag it to the right to increase it or drag it to the left to decrease the spacing between your letters. And afterwards, we also have word spacing, which is basically like the letter spacing, but this is the space between the words. Okay, so this is how it works. So now we're all done here. And after that, if you guys want to add another widget under this heading here, you simply just need to click on this plus icon again. And let's say I want to add a text editor under this heading here. So for that, what we need to do is drag this text editor under here, and there you go. Now here, as you can see that just like the heading, in the text editor, a dummy writing will also be given, but you can change the writing from here or from here altogether. Then if you want to do the styling for this writing, again, you'll have to go to the Style tab, and here you can also set the alignment for the text editor. So I'm gonna put it in center. Then we have the text color, so you can change the text color to something more prominent so that it's more visible. Now we have a black background, but all our writings are in white. That's why the writings are so visible. And then if we go inside of typography, from here you can again change the size of the writing the way you like. And then we have all these options that you guys already know about. So you can do the styling of any widget in the same manner. Now after this, let's say that I want to add a button under this text editor. So again, let's go and click on this plus icon. And then from here, we're just going to drag this button under here. So this is our button. Now, instead of click here, if you want this button to say something else, you can just change the text from this text area or this text field here. Let's say I want this button to say contact. So I'm just gonna write contact. And then within this link field, if I just write jimfahdigital.com, which is our website name, then just by simply clicking on this contact button, people will be redirected to jimfahdigital.com. So in this manner, you can make any button interactive. You just simply need to put a link in this link field, and whenever someone clicks on any button, then that button will redirect them to this link that you have set here. And just like before, also for this button, you can go under the Style tab. You can change its position or alignment, so let's make it center. Then you can also change the typography from here, or you could also change the button color, text color, whichever one you like. Now let's say for the button color, I want to change it to something light, so let's make it blue, and let's select this color. Actually, that's too light. Let's drag it over here. Yeah, that seems about right. So just like that, our button has changed its color. And now it's this light bluish color. Now up next, I want to show you guys something really interesting. So currently, as you guys can see that normally this button is blue color, right? Which we just set right now. But let's say I want my button to look more interactive and cool. So for that, let's say if I hover over this button, I want this button to change its color to make this button look more interactive and appealing to others. So for that, what do we do now? For that, simply just go inside this hover tab, and from here you'll find this color option. So from here, just click on this color picker, and let's set a different color for this one, like this purple color. So I've set this purple color. Now if I go back, and now let's be ready to witness the magic. So currently, as you guys can see, that in the normal state, our button has this bluish color, right? But now if we hover over it, see how our button changes color? Magic! So this is the whole concept of normal and hover colors. You can change the color settings like this to make your buttons or any other widget look more interesting, okay? And it could also work as an indication to the visitors of your website that whichever widget is interactive, that one has hover colors. This method is something that most of the web developers use. I think all of you have probably noticed it in one website or another. So just in the same manner, whichever widget you put in your container, you'll usually get these 3 tabs, which are Content, Style, and Advanced. So we've already seen what the Content tab does, and we've also seen what the Style tab does. Now let's move on to the Advanced tab. So from Advanced tab, you can actually do a lot of advanced settings. For example, we can see that we can change the space inside of these widgets, right? So within these letters or words, we can change the space. But what about the space between this widget and this widget or this button? So this is where the Advanced tab comes. Now let's say if you want to add space or padding on top and bottom of this text editor, then all you need to do is put the value of padding that you would like on the top and the bottom of this widget in this padding field, and you'll get those spaces accordingly. So let's say we're first going to unlink the padding values, and then for the top padding, let's give it a padding value of 20 pixels. There you go. As you can see that this text editor instantly got a top padding value of 20 pixels. And now for the bottom, let's give it a padding value of 30 pixels. So in the same manner, you can actually add space or padding to top, right, left, bottom, whichever side you want of any of your widgets. So this is how you play with spaces from the Advanced tab. So basically what you need to learn from here is that if you go to the Content tab of any widget, then you can change its text or anything related to its content. And then if you go to the Style tab, you can do its styling and designing, like changing its color, typography, and all the other things related to its style. And finally, from the Advanced tab, you'll find all the spacing settings and all other advanced settings that you could search for. And this is basically the main concept of the Flexbox container and how it works. And let's say you have changed your mind and you don't want any of your widget inside of your container. Then for that, simply you'll need to right click over that widget. So you can right click over here, or you could right click over this pencil icon here. And here you'll get all these options. So you can edit it, duplicate it, and if you don't want this button or widget anymore, you can just simply click on delete to delete it. And just like that, it will be gone. So this was the basic explanation of the Elementor Flexbox container. Now since I'm done explaining the basics, let's just click on this X to close this whole container or this dummy container that we have created. So let's click on this X. And now as you can see that our whole Elementor canvas or the interface is as good as new. Okay, now of course we'll be creating this whole website from scratch, but just in case you don't have that much time to create this whole website by yourself and you don't have the time to follow this hours-long tutorial, then I have another shortcut solution for you, which is this kitpapa.com. So after coming here, if you just scroll down, you'll find all of these ready-made template kits for different kinds of categories. Here in the left sidebar, as you can see that under categories, you'll find ready-made template kits under the categories like service business, business agency, portfolio, freelancer, technology, health medical, SEO agency, you name it. Whatever kind of ready-made template kit you're searching for, you'll find all of them in here. And this is not only just limited to you. So along with creating websites for yourself by using these ready-made template kits, you can also use these ready-made template kits to create all sorts of websites for your clients, just within a few clicks. So now let me give you guys an example. Let's say that one of your clients wants you to make a SEO agency website for them. So for that, you'll simply just need to come to kitpapa.com and then go inside of this SEO agency category. And after coming here, if you scroll down, you'll find all sorts of designs and ready-made template kits for SEO agency. So you can just browse through them. You can just simply click on one of them. For example, let me click on this one. And now one of the most awesome and useful things about kitpapa.com is that before even buying any ready-made template kits, you can actually check the template kit live. So you'll just simply need to click on this live demo button here, and you'll get a whole preview of the whole website from here. So you can check out everything in advance before even buying it. So you can check all of these designs and effects. You can also check the responsiveness of the ready-made template kits by clicking on these buttons. So this is the tablet view, as you can see. This is how this website will look for tablet users or the people who are going to enter your website through tablet. And then this is what it would look on the mobile portrait. See? And not only that, you can also, let's go to the desktop view. And from here, you can also check out all the other pages that are on this website. So you can check the About Us page. By clicking here, you'll see the About Us page like this. And then if you scroll up, you can also check all the other pages that come along with it. You can also check the blog page like this. And then you can also check the contact page. So here it is with a beautiful contact form and everything super useful. So you can actually check the functionality of the whole website before even buying it, so that you can be completely sure that you're only buying the best template kit out there. So this is a very reassuring feature. And you can also visit the site by clicking on this button here. So it will directly take you to a website which has this template kit installed. So here you can actually check everything in more details. Okay, so let me close this, and also let's go back. And now if you scroll furthermore, then you'll also see all the special features that this template kit comes with. So you can have an idea from here as well. And then another useful feature of kitpapa.com is that you'll also find a video guide for each of the template kit under here. And by viewing this video, which is around 3 minutes long, as you can see. So just by watching this 3 minutes long video installation guide, you can also learn how you can install this ready-made template kit on your WordPress website. It's as simple as that. And just within a few clicks, your website will be all ready to go. So in this manner, you can create your own website or your client's website really fast. And here you can see that this template kit's price is super affordable and super cheap, since it's only about $15 or $14.99 to be exact. Because just think about it. You can actually buy this template kit and create this kind of website, and you can charge your clients a couple $1,000s for that. So this could be a huge win for you, both financially and also by saving your time. And now let's say, for example, you're a freelancer or an agency and you need to create a lot of websites for your clients very frequently. Then you guys can actually buy their buy all package, or you can also grab the deal, which is currently a limited time offer going on right now. So if you click on this grab the deal button. And so instead of buying all the kits separately, you can actually get full access to all of their ready-made template kits as well as the ones that are yet to come. Like if you scroll down here, then you can see all the perks of buying all access lifetime deal, which I just showed you guys. Because if you just buy a single template kit, then you'll only get this perk and none of these. But if you just buy all access deal, then you'll get access to all of their already made 180 plus premium kits, along with 10 new template kits per month. So every month when they add 10 new template kits, then you'll get access to those ones as well, along with the ones that you already have. And all of this you'll get only for $49. Can you imagine? And this is one of the best deals you can possibly get. So all of this is actually an available option for you guys. And now I'm going to give you guys a preview of which website we will be creating in this tutorial. So for that, let's go back to kitpapa.com. And here in the search field, we're going to search for the template kit, Jupiter. So I'm just going to write Jupiter here. And after searching for Jupiter, you'll get to see this template kit. So if we click on here, so in this video tutorial, I'll actually be making a website which will look just like this one. So let me show you guys a demo. So this is what the website that we're going to be creating would be looking like. Pretty amazing, right? So yeah, in this video, I'll be creating all of this. This whole entire website from scratch. So just tag along with me and get ready for the blast. But then again, if you are short of time and you don't have enough time, but you want to create this exact website super fast, then you always just have the option to buy this ready-made template kit by clicking on this add to cart button. So after purchasing, you'll get a zip file, and then you can just simply follow this installation video guide to install that ready-made template kit on your WordPress website, and your whole entire website will be ready to go just within a few minutes. It's as simple as that. And recently, just like Kitpapa, they have also released this new website named Kit Ninja. And just like Kitpapa, you'll also find ready-made template kits here as well. But the only difference is whenever you want to buy any templates that are business related or for a certain business niche or portfolio or something like that, you can buy them from kitpapa.com. But this kitninja.com specifically provides ready-made template kits which are e-commerce related, okay? So you can find any kind of e-commerce related template kits from kitninja.com. And just like Kitpapa, you can also go inside of any of these. And then they also have this lifetime access going on as well for Kit Ninja. And just like Kitpapa, you'll also have all these features to check your template kit, the template kit that you'll be buying in advance. You can check the live demo, and also there's all the features mentioned as well as an installation video guide. So everything is basically at your fingertips. You're just one click away. Now let's close this one. Okay, so now since I'm all done with showing you guys this alternative option, let's go back to the video and create this whole website from scratch, step by step, together. So let's close this. And here we are again in our Elementor canvas. So now before starting to create our whole website, or at least this home page, first of all, there are some simple other settings that you have to do. So sometimes what happens is when you put elements in here, Elementor sometimes puts default colors in it, which you saw earlier. You guys may remember that when I gave a heading here, it got a default color, okay? But we don't want that because we're going to give our own colors. So it's kind of annoying when Elementor gives default colors to these widgets or elements. So to turn that option off, first of all, we'll have to click here. And then you'll get this exit to WordPress option. So just open this option in a new tab. And then let's go here. Now from here, let's go back to WordPress. So this is our WordPress dashboard. And from here, you'll get this Elementor option. So from here, just click on settings. And now here you'll find these two options, which are disable default colors and disable default fonts. So just by simply checking on these two boxes, you're disabling all the default colors that Elementor provides while you're making your website. So now whatever color only we give, only that will remain. There will be no more default colors that will be given by Elementor, okay? So now just simply click on Save Changes. And we're done here. So now let's close this tab. And then back again inside of our Elementor canvas. As you can see that there's this header and also this footer and this page name which is distracting us. And we also have less space for our canvas while working. So to disable this, what we're simply going to do is just click on this settings button. This page settings buttons you see here. And here just simply scroll down. Then you'll find this page layout option. So from here, change it to Elementor canvas. And there you go. There are no more distractions left here. So now we can create our whole page in this big space, okay? And now we finally have all the settings done. So let's just start creating our homepage. Let's go. So firstly, as I told you guys earlier, that we need to first take a structure. So for that, we're going to click on this plus icon and then choose this flexbox layout. And then choose this row directed structure. And you have a fresh container. So for this container, let's do the layout settings. First up, let's change its content width to full width and then scroll down. Okay, everything else is looking great. Now let's go to the style tab. So from the style tab, since this is our first container, so whenever people are going to enter our website, they'll see this container first, right? Since this is the top of our homepage. So I want to make this part as cool as possible. For that, I'm going to add a picture or image as the background of this container. Now for that, what we're going to do is from under background, select the background type as classic. Then you'll get this image option. So now to put an image, we're just simply going to have to click on this plus icon to choose an image. But as you guys can see that there are no images right now. This is completely empty. So to upload images, what you need to do is from upload files, click on select files to upload images. But what images are you going to upload? So no need to worry, I have you guys covered, because for this website tutorial, every resources that I will be using, like the images and every other thing, you'll find all of this in jimfahaddigital.com. So simply just come to jimfahaddigital.com and then under important links, you'll find this option which says download the resources I've used in this tutorial. So you just simply need to click on this one and you'll find these resources here. So from here, you'll just simply need to click on this download button and you'll basically get a zip file just like this one. So if you unzip this file, then you'll find all of these images and templates that I'll be using for creating this website. So let's close this and let's go back to our page creation. And then from here, let's select all the files, the images that I'll be using. So click on select files. And then inside of the images folder, you'll find all these images. So you can actually select them like this, or you can just simply click on, tap on Ctrl+A on your keyboard, or if you're using Mac, then use Command+A. Then all of the images will be selected just like this. Now just simply click on open. And then it'll just take a few seconds to upload all the images to your WordPress media. So after all the images have been uploaded to your WordPress media library, you can choose any one of them and use them. But before using a background, I actually want to use a background overlay, okay? So let's close this first. And then from here, we're not going to choose background, we're going to choose background overlay. And then from here, we're going to choose background type as classic and then upload an image. Now from the media library, let's choose this image that says 5-1, then click on select. And as you can see that the overlay has been added, but since the container is still small, so we can't really see it. So now let's do the settings for this image. So scroll down, then set its position to bottom center, then set repeat to no repeat, and for display size, make it custom, then give it a width value of 75% and make its opacity to 1. So now it's more visible, as you guys can see. Now inside of this container, we're going to add another container. So let's click on this plus icon and then drag this container inside of this one. Now, since you guys can see that all of the containers that we drag here are all named as container because that's the name of this widget. But since we're going to have a lot of containers for our whole homepage, it might actually get very confusing if all of them are named container. So you can actually change the name of your containers as well. Like for example, since this was our first container, this is the container that we started with, so I'm going to name it as our starting container. So to rename it, just double click over it and then just write the name that you want this container to be. So I'm just going to write starting container and there you go. Then inside of this container, we took this container and this container will be our banner, our hero banner for our website. So let's name this our hero banner container. Now let's do its layout settings. First, let's change the content width to full width. And then for layout, we don't have to do anything else. Just go to the style tab. Here under background, set the background type to classic. Then we're going to add a background image for this container. So click on this choose image. Now scroll down and let's load more. So near the end, you'll get this image, which says background 2-2. So let's select this one. Now let's do the settings for this image. So scroll down here and then set its position to custom. So choose this one. Then set the X position to 50%. So first of all, let's change this pixel scale to percentage scale. And then in this field, write the value of 50. So now it's 50%. And for Y position, let's change it to 70 pixels. Now it might be looking a little confusing for now, but don't worry. As we keep on adding more things in this container, this position will make more sense. So no need to panic, just follow along and you'll see everything work out in the end. Now let's scroll down here, then set repeat to no repeat and set the display size to custom as well, and then set its width to 40%. Now we're done here. Let's go to the advanced tab. Here I want to add some paddings. So under padding, first unlink all the values by clicking in this button. So now all the values are unlinked. Now we're only just going to change the value for the top padding, and we're going to make it 180 pixels. So there it is, and leave the rest as 0. Now inside of this container, we're again going to enter another container. So click on this plus icon, then drag this container in here. Then under layout for this one, change the content weight to boxed. And let's rename this container as our heading and images container, since we're going to put a lot of headings and images in here. So let's name it that. Double click on it, and I've renamed it as heading and image container. Now inside of it, let's add another container. Click on this plus icon, then drag this container in here, and let's rename this as heading container. So inside of our heading and image container, this part or this container will only hold the headings. That's why we've named it that. Now go under its layout, then change its content width to boxed. Then go to the advanced tab, unlink the padding values and make them all 0. Now inside of this container, we're again going to put another image, but this time we're going to use an image widget. So click on this plus icon and then drag this image widget under here. Then from under content, let's choose an image by clicking here. Here, choose this image that says effect 1, then click on select. This is just a decorative image. We're going to decorate our heading with these images, okay? So just follow along. Now let's go to its style tab. Here, set its width to 42 pixels. So change the percentage scale to pixel scale. Here it is. And then write 42 here. Now go to the advanced tab. Here scroll down and then set the position to absolute. Now set the horizontal orientation to left, this one, and then set its offset value to 100 pixels. Then set the vertical orientation to top and keep its offset value to 0. Now let's put our second image. So click on this plus icon and then drag this image under this one. So it has gone after this one perfectly. Now again, choose an image. Choose this image shaped like a star and then click on select. Now go to its style tab. Here set its width to 60 pixels. Change the percentage scale to pixel scale and then write 60. Now go to the advanced tab. Here scroll down again and set the position to absolute. For this one, set the horizontal orientation to right. You can't see it. Let's move it. There it is. And set its offset value to 60 pixels. Set the vertical orientation to top and its offset value to 40 pixels. And now we're going to add a heading. So click on this plus icon. Then drag this heading widget under here. Or you could go here. There it is. Now to put any widget under another one, you need to go near that widget. So the last widget that we put, this image widget, it was here, right? So that's why I dragged this heading near here so that it will come under this image widget, and here is our heading widget. Now I'm going to put a dummy title in this field. So I'm just going to write Digital Marketing Agency. Then go to the style tab. Here set the alignment to center. Now we're going to give it a text color. So choose this color picker. And in this field, we're going to write a custom color code. So here write 0F110F. Then just go back by clicking here and the color is set. Now let's do its typography settings. So inside of typography, choose this pencil icon and let's give it a font family. So click here and then in this search bar or the search field, let's write DM Sans. So this is the font that we'll be using. Click on it. There you go. Now set the size to 92 pixels. Then weight to 700. Scroll down and set the line height. So first change the pixel scale to EM and then in this field write 1.2. Now set the letter spacing to -0.5 pixels. So we're all done here. Now let's go to the advanced tab. Here change the margin scale to percentage scale. Now link the margin values. Then set the right margin to 13% and also the left margin to 13% as well. There you go. Now scroll down and inside of motion effects, we're going to add some motion effect or animation here. So currently you might not able to see it because we're still in the making process of our website. But in the end, when we're done creating our whole website, this motion effects will look really good and it will make your website look really cool. So for now, just believe me and let's add a motion effect to this one. Here in this entrance animation, set it to fade in. And that's all we had to do here. Now let's go inside of this background drop down. Now set the background type to classic and then choose an image. Here choose this yellow looking image that says H1 shape and click on select. Now scroll down here, then set its position to top left. Then set repeat to no repeat, and for display size choose custom. Then for width change its percentage scale to pixel scale, and in this field write 250. There you go. Now we're done with heading. Now let's add another widget, so click on this plus icon and let's add a text editor, so drag it under here. Then in this field let's add a dummy text again. After putting the text, go to the style tab. Here set its alignment to center, then give it a text color, so click here, and then in this field write 6 ones, that is 111 111. Then go back, and inside of typography give it a font family, so in this field write Lexend Deca, so Lexend space DECA. Choose this one. Set its size to 21 pixels, weight to 400. Scroll down, change the line height scale to EM scale, and in this field write 1.7. Now go back, and inside of advanced tab unlink its margin values, then only give it a bottom margin of 20 pixels. Then scroll down, and inside of motion effects give it an entrance animation of fade in. Now we're going to add a button under here, so click on this plus icon and then drag this button widget under here. So in this text field let's write get started. Now go to the style tab. Here set its position to center. Then go inside of its typography and again give it a font family. Let's write DM Sans and then choose this one. Give it a size of 18 pixels, weight of 600, and line height of 1.2 EM. There you go. Now go back, and here under normal tab we're going to give it a color, so click on this color picker, then in this field write 0F110F. Now go back and then go to the hover tab. Now let's give it a text color in this field. For this one write 0F110F, then go back, and for its color click on this color picker and then make it completely transparent like this. Let's leave it here. Now go back. So we're done here. Now let's scroll down. Here set the border type to solid, and for border width make all of them 1 pixels, and for border radius make all of them 10 pixels. Now scroll down and unlink the padding values, then set the top and bottom padding to 15 pixels and right and left padding to 40 pixels. Now go to the advanced tab, and inside of motion effects just give it entrance animation of fade in. So now we're done with the heading portion. Let's minimize this heading container, and under here we're going to add an image container. So click on this plus icon, then drag this container under here. Well, as you can see that this container is outside of this heading and images container, but we want it after our heading container, inside of heading and images container. So let's drag it in here. First let's just get it in here, and then let's minimize this one and drag this underneath of this one. There you go. So now it's inside of our heading and images container. Let's rename it as our images container. Now under its layout, set its direction to this row and set all the gaps values to 50 pixels. Now inside of this one we're going to add images, so click on this plus icon, then drag this image widget in here. Let's choose our first image, choose this image 1-1 and then click on select. Now for this one let's change its image resolution to full. Now go to its style tab. Here scroll down and set all the border radius to 30 pixels. Now go to its advanced tab, and inside of motion effects give it a entrance animation of fade in. Now let's add another image, so click on this plus icon, then drag this image widget on its right side here. Let's choose an image for this one. Here choose this image, click on select, set its resolution to full, then go to its style tab and also set its border radius, all of them, to 30 pixels. Now go to its advanced tab and again give it a motion effect of fade in. Then again, click on this plus icon and let's add our last image for this container. Again, drag it on the right side of this image. And there you go. Now choose an image, choose this one, click on select. Set its resolution to full, go to the style tab, make all its border radius to 30 pixels again. Go to the advanced tab and give it a motion effect of fade in. Now all of them are linear in one line, but I want this image to be a little down to make it look better, okay? So let's choose the second image. And then under its advanced tab, unlink its margin values, then only give it a top margin value of 90 pixels. There you go. Now it's looking better. Now to make this image look even more dynamic and cool, I'm going to add another widget. So first up, let's click on this plus icon and then drag this container under here. Okay, it went on top of this image, but I want it under this image, so drag it here. Let's name it text path container. Now under its layout, for its width, change the percentage scale to pixel scale. Then in this field, write 150 pixels. Then minimum height to 150 pixels as well. Scroll down and set all the gaps to 0. Now go to the style tab. Here choose the background type to classic. Then give it a color. Click on this color picker. And in this field, write 0f11, Now go back. And inside of this, we're going to add an image. Let's choose this image, white shape, and then click on select. Now scroll down. Here set the position to center, repeat to no repeat, and display size to custom. Then in the width field, write 70%. Now scroll down and go inside of border. Here set the border type to solid. Then all the border width to 25 pixels. Give it a border color. Write 0f11, and then for border radius, change the pixel scale to percentage scale. Make all of them 50%. Now go to the advanced tab. Here unlink the padding values and make them all 0. Then set the align self to center. Let me move it here. Now scroll down and set the position to absolute. Oops. Let me move it again here. There you go. And now we want it under here. So set the horizontal orientation to right and its offset value to 43%. So change it to percent scale and then write 43. Then vertical orientation to bottom and give it an offset value of minus 60 pixels. Now scroll down and give it a z-index value of 2. Now inside of it, we're going to put another widget, which is going to be our text path widget. So in this field, search for text path. This one, let's drag it in here. There you go. Now we're going to add a dummy text in this field. So in this text field, write hire our digital marketing agency in this manner. And then for path type, set it to circle. Now go to the style tab. Here set its size to 100 pixels. Then go inside of its typography. Give it a font family of DM Sans. Then set its size to 34 pixels. Weight to 600. Transform it to uppercase and give it a line height of 1 em. And for word spacing, here write 20 pixels. Now go back and then let's give it a color. So choose this color picker and now let's just drag this color wheel on this top upper left corner to get this white color. Now go back. Amazing, right? Now let's scroll up and go inside of advanced tab. Here unlink the margin values and then give it a bottom margin value of minus 6 pixels. And with that, we are done with our hero banner. Now after you're done with any section, always remember to publish it. So just click on this publish button that you see here and all of your work up until now will be saved. Because always remember that Elementor is a live website builder. You're building the website on the go and on the internet. So if you lose your internet connectivity or something else happens, you might lose your precious work and your progress. So whenever you're done with any section or any part of your website, always remember to publish it because it's just 2 clicks away. Otherwise, if you lose your progress, then you might need to do it all of those settings all over again, which can be really a waste of time and effort. So always and always remember to update your work by publishing it by clicking on this publish button. So up until now, all the settings and everything that we've been doing, we've actually done it in regards to desktop view. So our website or this web page would look like this for all the visitors who are using the desktop device. So it would be looking like this to them. But what about other device users, such as tab or mobile? Well, that is where the responsive settings come. We have to make sure that our website or our web page is looking perfect and functional to all kinds of device users. So for responsive settings, you'll have to go here, and this is the tablet view, as you can see. So our website is looking like this for the tablet users. So any visitors who are using the tablet device, our website would look like this to them. But as you can see that there are a lot of mismatch. And if we go to the mobile portrait, then as you can see that it's a complete disaster because everything is cut out since we have done all the settings in regards to desktop view. So that is why we need to do the responsive setting to make sure that our website is looking perfect to all kinds of visitors who are using different kinds of devices. So let's bring this out. And first let's do the tab settings. So click on this tab portrait. And here we'll just have to switch some settings a little bit. So let's start from the beginning. And don't get scared because we're not going to do settings for everything. Because as you guys can see that the elements are still there. We just need to do some positioning and some writing size and things like that, okay? So first up, go inside of this. Then inside of the hero banner container, go inside of heading container and then choose this heading. Now go to its style tab, then go inside of typography. Here set the size to 80 pixels. And then for line height, set it to 1.1 em. Now go to its advanced tab. Here unlink the margin values, then set the right value to 22% and left to 22% as well. Now scroll down and inside of background drop down, scroll down and under display size, change its width value. So make it 170 pixels. Now choose this text editor and from under its advanced tab, make all the margin values to 0. Then choose this image container. Scroll down under its layout and make all the gaps values to 25 pixels. Then scroll down and for this one, this text path container, from its advanced tab, scroll down. Here make the horizontal orientation offset value to 39%. And with that, we're all done with the tab settings. Okay, so now let's move to the mobile portrait view. Here, let's start from the beginning again. Choose this hero banner container. From its advanced tab, unlink the padding values. Then only set the top padding to 110 pixels. Now inside of this heading container, choose this first image, this one. Then go to its style tab. Here, give it a width value of 30 pixels. Now go to its advanced tab, scroll down. Here make its horizontal offset value to 0 pixels. Then vertical offset value to -5. Now choose this second image. Go to its style tab. Give it a width value of 50 pixels. Then go to its advanced tab. Here scroll down. Set its horizontal orientation offset value to -10. And vertical offset value to -45 pixels. Now choose this heading. Go under its style tab. Then go inside of its typography. Here make its size to 62 pixels. Then go to the advanced tab. Here unlink the margin values and make them all 0. There you go. Now scroll down and inside of background, scroll down and for its width, make it 140 pixels. Then choose this text editor. If you scroll down, this is the text editor. Go to its style tab. Then inside of typography, make its size to 18 pixels. Then go to the advanced tab. Unlink the margin values. Then only set the bottom margin to -10 pixels. Okay, now let's scroll down. As you can see that there's too much gap here. So let's choose this image, this second one. And for margin, let's make everything 0. So unlink all the values and make them all 0. Okay, now it's looking perfect. Now up next, let's choose this text path container, which is this one. From under its advanced tab, let's scroll down. And in the horizontal orientation offset, let's make its value to 23%. Then choose this text path widget, go to its style tab, and then go inside of its typography. Here set the size to 36. Now go back to this text path container here, and for this width, let's give it a value of 150 pixels. There you go. Now everything is looking perfect. So this is how it will be looking to the mobile view, and then this is the tab view, and there's the desktop view. Pretty cool, right? Now let's bring it back. So since we're done with our hero banner, so let's publish it. Now up next, I'm going to be showing you another life-saving hack, which is the global settings. So up until now, whenever we put an Elementor widget or Elementor element like this heading or this button, you saw that we had to do all these settings and stylings from here for each and every one of them, right? But global settings is the place from where you can actually choose and do settings for multiple elements all together and then use it whenever you want. And let's say currently your website has this color scheme, but after a month or so you want to change it to something more interesting or something new. So in that case, if you do the global settings, then you won't have to change the styling for each of these widgets one by one, okay? You can just change them all together from the global settings. So to do the global settings, you just need to click here on this site settings button. Now in the site settings, first let's set the global colors. So go inside of global colors. Here for the primary color, let's click on this color picker, and then in this field, write the custom color code, which is 0F110F. Now go back. Then we don't need to change the secondary color. For the text color, however, let's write 666666. Then go back. Then for accent, let's write 0F110F. And let's also add a custom color of our own. So click on add color. Let's name it white color. Then choose this color picker and write 6 Fs. That is FFF, FFF. There you go. Now we're all done. Let's go back and let's save the changes. Now let's go back a little, and then inside of global fonts, let's set the global fonts. Go inside of primary by clicking on this pencil icon. Set the font family to DM Sans, size to 43 pixels, weight to 600. Scroll down, then set the line height to 1.1 em and letter spacing to -0.5 pixels. Now go back, then inside of secondary, again give it a font family of DM Sans. Set the size to 26 pixels, weight to 700, then set the line height to 1.5 em. And for letter spacing, write -0.3 pixels. Then go back again. Now inside of text, set the font family to Lexen Deca, then size to 18 pixels, leave weight to 400, then line height to 1.9 em, and we're done here as well. So let's go back, and lastly for accent, set the font family to DM Sans, size to 18 pixels, weight to 600, then scroll down, line height to 1.2 em, and we're done with this one as well. Now we can also do the responsive settings from this global settings. All you need to do is just simply go in one of these, and then you can change the settings from this icon. So currently it's in the desktop mode, but you can change it to tab or mobile, or you could also do it from here, but it's more convenient to do it from here. Now for the tab settings, we're just going to change this primary one. So let's set its size to 40 pixels. And we're all done with the tab settings. Now let's go back. Then for the mobile one, go inside of primary font. Now set its size to 36 pixels. Then go back, and inside of text, set the size to 16 pixels. Then scroll down and line height to 1.5 em. Then go back, and inside of accent, set the size to 16 pixels. And with that, we're all done here. Now let's go back and let's save our changes. Then let's go back. And you can do all these settings from here as well. You can also check the layout. So currently, as you can see, that if you go to the desktop view, no matter whichever container we take, that container's width would be this by default. And for gaps, it would be by default 20. Okay. And and I'm going to keep it that way. So these are the settings that you can play around with. Now let's close this. Now after doing the global settings, it's always good to just reload the page once so that you can check that everything's been loaded and good to go. So let's refresh the page. And now if we again go to the site settings and check the global fonts, as you can see that everything is perfect. As for our global colors, everything is good as well. So everything was registered online successfully. Now before creating any other sections, I want to make this starting container or our hero banner more impressive, okay? As much impressive as possible. So I want to add some cool animations. Now for that, I'm going to add some custom CSS codes, but don't worry, don't panic, because you guys won't have to do any coding. I have already done that for you. So to put that animation here, what you simply need to do is scroll down and then click on this plus icon. So we're just going to simply take a container. Doesn't matter what container you take, because this container won't be visible to anyone else rather than us. And let's name this container our HTML container, okay? Now inside of this, I'm going to add a widget. So click on this plus icon, and in this search widget field, search for HTML. This one. Now drag it in here. And inside of this HTML code, we're going to put the custom CSS code that we have created. So to put that code, simply just go to jimfadigital.com. And here under this important links, in this here, you'll find this object animation CSS. So simply just click on this copy to clipboard button and everything will be copied. Now let's go back to Elementor and then right click over here and click on paste. Now the CSS code has been pasted, but the effects are not taking effect yet, because for that we have to add CSS class name. So first let's go back to jimfadigital.com again, and here let's copy this CSS class name. So click on this copy to clipboard, then go back, and first of all I want to add this animation to this one. So for that, let's choose this container, this text path container. Now go to its advanced tab and scroll down. Here you'll find this CSS classes field. Now simply just paste the class's name that you copied, and there you go. Cool, right? Now we're going to add this animation to another thing, which is this picture that you see here. So click on it, this image. Now let's go to the advanced tab. Again, scroll down, and here inside of CSS classes, just paste the class name. There you go. That literally took 1 minute. Easy, right? Okay, so now we have made our hero banner, as you can see, as impressive as possible. Now let's bring it back and let's start creating our next sections. So let's scroll down. Now let's move this one here and let's add a new container. So choose this flexbox layout, then choose this direction. Okay, let's move it here. Now for this container, let's first rename it as our counter container. Also, let's close these ones since we're all done with it. And for the HTML container, let's actually put it under here, since we don't really need to do anything here anymore. So for this container, let's name it our counters container. Then inside its layout, we don't need to do anything. So let's go to the advanced tab, unlink the padding values, then set the top padding to 115 pixels, right to 10, bottom to 125, and left to 10. Now inside of it, we're going to add another container. So click on this plus icon, then drag this container here, and we're going to name it our inner container. Inside of its layout, set the content width to boxed, direction to row, and justify content to this one, space evenly. Now inside of it, we're going to add another widget, which is going to be our counter widget. So here, let's search for counter. There it is. Now drag it here. I'm just going to put some dummy numbers here. You can put the numbers according to your statistics. I'm going to change ending number to 48, and number suffix, I'm going to write K. So that's 48,000. And here in the title field, I'm just going to write jobs completed. Now I'm going to go to the style tab. Here, go inside of the number dropdown. For text color, click on this globe looking icon here. And from here, you'll get all the global colors that we have set up before. Now I'm going to choose the primary global color. Now go inside of typography, set the font family to DM Sans, size to 46 pixels, weight to 800, scroll down, and line height to 1.5 em. Then go back, and inside of the title dropdown, give it a custom text color. Here write 8A, 8A, 8A. Now go back, and inside of typography, set font family to DM Sans, size to 14 pixels, weight to 600, transform it to uppercase, and line height to 1.5 em. And then letter spacing to 0. Okay, now let's go back, and inside of Advanced tab, scroll down and set its motion effects. So give it entrance animation of fade in. And with that, we're done with this counter, as you can see. Now I want to add some other counters here to make our whole container fulfilled, but I don't want to do all of these settings all over again. So for that, you can do another life-saving shortcut or hack, which is just right click over it. So here, right click, and then click on duplicate. Now just like that, another fully done new counter is here. But as you guys can notice that all of the settings that were here are here as well, since we have duplicated it from this one. Now just like this, I'm going to duplicate it 2 more times. And then this one. Now it looks fulfilled. So after that, what you can do is choose any of these counters, and you can just change these numbers, these writings as you wish according to your website. So I'll be just putting these dummy numbers and writings, and then I'll be back before you know it. Okay, so as you guys can see that I'm back after putting some other dummy numbers and texts, and you can also change it to your liking as you wish. Now let's do the responsive setting for this one. So let's go to the tab view, and it's looking perfect here. So let's move to the mobile portrait, and here we need to do some settings. So first of all, choose this counter container, go to its advanced tab, unlink the padding values, set the top padding to 80, right to 10, bottom to 65, and left to 10. Now choose this counter here, go inside of its style tab, and inside of the numbers drop down, go inside of its typography, then set the size to 38 pixels. Now you don't need to do this setting for all of these ones. Just simply right click over this one and click on copy. Now you need to paste the settings to this one. Okay, you can just right click over this one, and now don't click on paste or paste from other side. Just click on paste style to paste the style settings. Okay, so click on paste style, and now on this one, and then this one. Okay, now everything's looking perfect. So now we're all done with this container, as you guys can see. So let's publish our work, and let's start creating our next section. So let's minimize this one, and then click on this plus icon, choose the flexbox layout, then this direction. Now go to its style tab. Now let's bring it over this one, and then let's rename it. So we're going to rename it as our services container. Now go to its style tab. Here set the background type to classic. Then let's choose an image. Choose this background, which is feature background. So click on select, then scroll down, set the position to top left, and display size to cover. Then go inside of background overlay dropdown, set background type to classic, then choose an image. Choose this image, which is overlay 4. Click on select, scroll down and set its position to center left, repeat to no repeat, and display size to custom. Then width to 10% and opacity to 1. Now scroll down. Now go to the advanced tab, unlink the padding values. Actually, let's link it, and first let's write 10 pixels. Now unlink it, then only make the bottom padding to 100. There you go. Now inside of it, let's add another container. Rename it heading and info container. Under layout, set content width to boxed and direction to row. Then align items to center. Then go to the advanced tab, make all the padding values to 10 pixels, then unlink it and only make the bottom one 40. Now inside of it, let's add another container. So drag it here, Let's rename it our heading container. Set content weight to boxed. Go to Advanced tab, unlink the padding values, make them all 0. Now inside of this one, we're going to add a heading widget. So drag it here. Here, just add a dummy title. Then go to the Style tab, set the text color to global primary color. Inside of typography, set the font family to DM Sans, size to 43 pixels, weight to 600, and line height to 1.1 em. Then letter spacing to -0.5. Then go to the Advanced tab, and inside of motion effects, set this entrance animation to fade in. Now let's add a widget under here. So click on this plus icon and then drag this image widget under here. Now choose an image. Choose this image. Click on select. Go to the Style tab. Set width to 60 pixels. And inside of Advanced tab, scroll down, then set position to absolute, horizontal orientation to right, and offset value to 20 pixels. Then vertical orientation to bottom, and offset value to -60 pixels. Now let's minimize this one, and under this one we're going to add another container. So click on plus, then drag this container under here. Okay, it actually went outside, but we want it inside of our heading and info container. So drag it in, then drag it down. Now let's rename it as our info container. Under layout, set content width to boxed, then go to Advanced tab, unlink the padding values and make them all 0. Inside of it, let's add a text editor. So drag it here, then put a dummy title in this field. Now go to Style tab. Set text color to global text color and typography to global text. Then go to Advanced tab, unlink the margin values, then only set the bottom margin to -15 pixels. Scroll down, and for motion effects, choose fade in. Now we're done with this container, but let's add an animation in this image. So let's choose this one. Then let's go back to jimfadigital.com. Copy this from here. Go back, and inside of CSS classes, paste the ID, the class's name here. There you go. So let's close this heading and info container. Let's minimize it. And under this one, we're going to add another container. So click on this plus icon. Then drag this container under this one. There you go. Rename it as different services container. Set its content weight to boxed and direction to row. Now inside of it, add another container. Then rename it as service 1 container. Make the content width to boxed. Then go to Advanced tab, unlink the padding values and make them all 0. Now inside of it, we're going to add another widget. So in this field, search for image box. Drag it in here. Let's choose an image. Choose this image. Click on select. Now give it a title. Let's write something like paid media. Then let's also add a description here. Now go to the Style tab. Set the alignment to left and content spacing to 15 pixels. Now go inside of image dropdown. Then set the width to 25%. Then scroll down, and inside of this content dropdown, for title, set the color to 150D15. Go back. Then inside of typography, set the font family to DM Sans, size to 21 pixels. So this is how it's looking now. Then weight to 700 and line height to 1.1 em. Then letter spacing to -0.5 pixels. Now go back, and for description, set the color to 939393. Now go back, and inside of typography, set the font to Lexendeca, size to 16 pixels, then weight to 400. Scroll down and set the line height to 1.8 em. And we're done. Now let's go to Advanced tab. Here set all the padding values to 40 pixels. Then scroll down, and for motion effects, set it to fade in. Then inside of the background dropdown, choose background type to classic. Then set the color to global white color. Then go inside of the border dropdown. Here set all the border radius to 30 pixels. And And for box shadow, let's set the color to completely transparent. Okay, now go back. Sorry, let's go back to border. Okay, so inside of the box shadow again, we've set the color. Now only set its blur to 60. And then go back. And with that, we're done with this one. Now let's minimize this service 1 container. And now what we need to do is right click over the service 1 container, then click on duplicate, and then duplicate it again. There you go. Now what I'm going to do is choose this container. Let's rename it as service 2 container, and then this one to service 3 container. Now choose the second container here, this one. Go to its advanced tab, and for padding, only set the top padding to 45 pixels. Then choose the third one, and again from advanced tab, change its top padding, but this time make it 90 pixels. Now to make the borders more visible, I'm just going to do another thing. So let's go inside of this one, choose this image box, and then from under its advanced tab, go inside of border. Here, remember we did the box shadow, so let's make it a bit more darker so that it's more visible. Okay, now let's do this for this one and this one as well. So choose this image box here, go to advanced, and then inside of border, set the box shadow a bit more darker. There you go. This 0.5 would do, and then this last one. So inside of this one, go in here, advanced tab, then border, box shadow, and let's make the color a bit more darker. There you go. And with that, we're all done here. So now let's minimize this and let's publish our work up until now. Now, just like this one, I'm just going to change the image and writing of these ones. Just put some dummy text, and for images, you'll find these images from the resources that you have downloaded. So I'll just change them, make them look a bit different, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I'm back after changing its contents, as you guys can see, and you can do the same just by clicking on this image box widget, and then you can change the image or title or description from here. It's as simple as that. So now, since we're done with our different services container, let's create our next section. So let's minimize this, and now right click over this different services container, then click on add new container. So a new container will open, which is inside of our services container, but after different services container. Now we're going to name this container our explanation container. Then set its content width to boxed, direction to row, align items to center, and for gaps, make them all 80. Now inside of it, we're going to add a widget. So let's click on this plus icon, then drag this image widget in here. And then let's drag this container in here. Let's name it our images container. Then set its content width to box. Go to the advanced tab, link the padding values and make them all 0. Then again click on this plus icon, and this time drag this image widget in here. Let's choose an image. Choose this image, image 2, click on select. Go to its advanced tab, scroll down, and for motion effects, set it to fade in. Now we're also done with this one. So let's add another container. Let's minimize it and click on this plus icon. Then drag this container on the right side of this image container here. Oops, it went outside, so let's bring it inside after our images container. Right there. And in this container, we're going to put information why they should choose digital marketing. So let's name this container why digital marketing container. Now make its content width to boxed. Go to advanced tab, unlink the padding values and make them all 0. Now inside of it, we're going to add a heading. So go inside of basics, drag this heading widget in here. Then put a dummy title in this field. Then go to the style tab, set the text color to global primary color and typography to global typography, primary. Then go to the advanced tab, scroll down, and for motion effects, set it to fade in. Then after this one, we're going to add another widget. So click on this plus icon, then drag this text editor under here. There you go. Now let's put a dummy heading in this field. Go to the Style tab, set text color to global text color, then typography to global text as well. Now go to the Advanced tab, unlink the margin values, then only set the bottom margin to -15. Now scroll down and set the motion effects, as always, to fade in. Now let's put a button under this one. So click on this plus icon, then drag this button under here. In the text field, let's write Learn More. Then for icons, go to the icon library. Search for long arrow alt-right. Here, choose this one. Click on Insert. And for icon spacing, give it a value of 5 pixels. Now go to the Style tab. Set the typography to global accent. Then under Normal, set the text color to global primary color. And then make this color completely transparent. So drag it to the complete left. And there you go. Now go back. Then go to Hover. Here give it a custom color code. So in this field, let's write 6664E4. Then go back. Then scroll down and here make the border type to solid. For border width, unlink all the values. Then set the bottom border width to 2 pixels. Give it a border color. Write 6664E4. Then go back again. And for border radius, make them all 0. And for padding, unlink the padding values. Then only set the bottom padding to 5 pixels. Oh, and also we want this icon after our writing. So let's go back to content and here just switch the icon positioning to end. There you go. Now go to the Advanced tab and as always set the motion effects to fade in. Now we're all done with this container as well. So let's minimize it from here. And now let's do the tabs responsive settings for this whole services container. Before that, you could also publish it if you want. And then let's do the tab settings. Now let's start from the top. First up, go inside of services container. Here we actually need to do responsive settings for this heading. So you could also just click on this. So once you have selected this heading widget, go to the Style tab, then go inside of typography and set its size to 40 pixels. There you go. Now scroll down and then click on this image box widget. Then go to its Style tab. Go inside of the image dropdown. Then here set its width to 35%. Then go to the Advanced tab. Unlink the padding values. Then set the top padding to 40, right to 30, bottom to 40, and left to 30 as well. Now we're just going to do the same settings for these two as well. So click on this image box, go to the Style tab, then inside of this image dropdown, set the weight to 35%. Go to Advanced tab, unlink the padding values, then write 40, 30, 40, and 30. And now for the last one, Style tab, image dropdown, and for width, set it to 35%. Then go to Advanced tab, unlink the padding values, then for top, write 40, right to 30, bottom to 40, and left to 30. With that, we're done here. Now let's choose this explanation container. And for this one, I want to change the gaps values. So from its layout, scroll down and make all the gaps values to 40 pixels. There you go. And with that, we're all done with the tab view. So this is how it's looking, which is perfect, as you can see. Now let's go to the mobile version and let's do the mobile responsive settings. So for mobile, first let's choose this service container, the first one. Go to its Advanced tab, then unlink the padding values, then set top to 10, right to 10, bottom to 60, and left to 10. Now inside of this, let's choose this heading and info container, this one. Go to its Advanced tab and make all the padding values to 10. Now inside of it, choose this heading container. And we don't need to do anything here, so let's choose this heading widget. Go to its Style tab, then inside of typography, change the size to 35 pixels. Then choose this image. and for its width, set it to 50 pixels. Then go to the Advanced tab, scroll down, here set the horizontal offset to -10 pixels, then vertical offset to -10 pixel as well. There you go. Now it's looking perfect. Then scroll down and let's choose this explanation container, which is this one. Here go to its Advanced tab, unlink the padding values. Oh, actually first let's write 10 for all of them, then unlink it, and then for the top padding let's write 60 pixels. And with that we're all done here as well. So this is how it's looking on the mobile portrait. Pretty amazing. Oh, actually there's this extra gap here, so let's remove it. So first let's choose this container here, and for its padding make it top to 0. And now for its top one here also let's make it 0. So let's save it and publish it. Let's go to the desktop view, and also let's minimize this services container since we're all done with it. Now let's create our next container. Now for our next section, let's add a new container. Let's choose this direction and then drag this container over to this one. And we're going to write about effective marketing in this container, so let's name it that. Now go to the Style tab, set the background type to classic, then set the color to global primary color. Go to the Advanced tab, unlink the padding values, then set the top padding to 100, right to 10, bottom to 100 as well, and left to 10. Now inside of it, let's take another container like this. Let's name it inner container. Here set its content width to boxed, then go to the Style tab. Here set the background type to classic, then let's choose an image. Here choose this shape 3 image, then click on select. Scroll down, set position to top right, then repeat to no repeat, and set display size to custom. Then give it a width value of 200 pixels. Now inside this container, let's take another container. Let's rename it as our heading container. Now under layout, set its content width to boxed, then give it a width value of 618 pixels. Now go to the Advanced tab, unlink the padding values, then only set the bottom padding to 30 pixels. Now inside of this one, let's add a heading, which is this one. So in this title field, let's add a dummy title. I've written make your marketing more effective. Now let's move on to Style tab. Here set the alignment to center, then text color to global white color, and typography to global primary. Now go to the Advanced tab, unlink the margin values, then set the bottom margin to 10 pixels. Then scroll down, and for motion effects, set it to fade in. Now after this one, we're going to add an image. So let's click on this plus icon, then drag this image widget under here. Oops, it went outside, but we want it inside of our heading container. So let's drag it in here. There you go. Now choose an image. Here choose this image, object 2, then click on select. Now go to the Style tab, then give it a width value of 40 pixels. Now go to the Advanced tab, then set the position to absolute, keep horizontal orientation to left and offset to 0, and then leave everything as they are, which is left 0, top 0. Now under this one, let's add a text editor. Click on this plus icon, then drag this text editor under here. Here it is. Let's give it a dummy title in this field. Now go to the Style tab, set the alignment to center. Let's give it a custom text color. So in this field, write ABABB5. Now go back, then set the typography to global text. Now go to the Advanced tab, unlink the margin values, then set the bottom margin to -15 pixels. Now scroll down and set the motion effects to fade in. And with that, we're all done with this container. Let's minimize it. Now after a heading container, we're going to add another container. So right click over this heading container, then click on add new container. And then let's rename this container different marketing container. So in this container, we're going to write about different kinds of marketing. Now first, under its layout, change the content width to boxed, then set the direction to row. And for justify content, let's set it to this, space between. Then scroll down and turn the wrap on. Now go to the advanced tab, unlink the padding values. Here only set the bottom padding to 90 pixels. Now inside of it, we're going to add another container. Drag this container in. And let's rename this container Marketing 1 container. Now under its layout, give it a width value of 33%. Then set justify content to space between. Now go to the style tab, set background type to classic, and give it a custom color code. So in this field, let's write E9D175. Then scroll down and go inside of this border dropdown. Here set all the border radius to 30 pixels. Now go to its advanced tab, make all the padding values to 45 pixels, then unlink it and only set the bottom padding to 0. Now scroll down and set the motion effects to fade in as always. This is the only entrance animation we'll be using in this tutorial, okay? So whenever I go inside of motion effects, you guys can immediately just give the entrance animation to fade in. Now inside of it, we're going to add another container. So drag this container here, then rename it as heading container. Set its content weight to boxed. Go to the advanced tab, unlink the padding values, then only set the bottom padding to 25 pixels. Now inside of it, we're going to add a heading widget. Drag it in here, then give it a dummy title in this field. Now go to the style tab, set the text color to global primary color, then go inside of typography. Here set the font family to DM Sans, then size to 26 pixels, weight to 700, and then line height to 1.1 em. Then set letter spacing to -0.5 pixels. Now go to its advanced tab, unlink the margin values, then only set the bottom margin to -5 pixels. Now it's time to add a text editor under here. So let's click on this plus icon, then drag this text editor and drop it under here. Then again, give it a dummy title. Now go to the style tab, then give it a custom text color. So in this field, write 333333. Then go back. Now go inside of typography, then set the font family to Lexendica, then size to 16 pixels, weight to 400, and line height to 1.6 em. Then go to its advanced tab, unlink the margin values, then only set the bottom margin to -15 pixels. Now under this one, we're going to add a button. So click on this plus icon, then drag this button widget under here. Or you could actually do another thing. You could just delete this button. And let's copy it from the one that we have already created. So let's copy this button here, right click over it, click on copy, then scroll down, and then under here, right click, and then click on paste. And then you have a ready-made button with all of its settings and stylings as well. How convenient is that? Now here we're just going to change a little bit of settings for this button. So first go to its style tab. Here go inside of its typography, then set its weight to 700. Then go back, scroll down, and for border type, make it none. And that's all we needed to do here. Now let's minimize our heading container. Now right click over this heading container and click on add new container. So we get a new container inside of our Marketing 1 container after our heading container. And let's put some images here. So before that, just rename our container to images container. Now go under its layout, set the content width to boxed. Then go to the advanced tab, unlink the padding values and make them all 0. Now inside of it, we're going to add an image widget. So click on this plus icon, then drag this image in here. Now click on this to choose an image. Here, choose this image, service image 1, then click on select. Now go to its style tab, then give it a width value of 100%. There you go. See how classy this looks? So with that, we're all done with this container. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to minimize this Marketing 1 container and then right click over it and click on duplicate. So now we have a completely new container, but here we're going to change some settings. So first up, let's rename it to Marketing 2 container. Then go under its layout, and for its width value, set it to 64%. Now I'm just going to change the contents of this one. So first let's start with the heading. Let's add a dummy title in this field. And then the title of the text editor. So here, let's give it a dummy title. Now click on this button, then go to the Style tab. Now go inside of Hover and set the text color to global white color. So it would have a different color than this one. Okay. Now finally, we're just going to change the image. So let's choose another image. Now choose this image, which is Service Image 2. Click on Select. And there you go. And now for the final touch-up, just click on this Marketing 2 container, then go to its style. And for its background color, let's give it a custom color code, which is 9896FF. And there you go. See? Everything will come along just fine. You just have to trust the process, okay? When creating a website, always try to be calm because it's not getting published, okay? So you can change everything as you like. You just need to be calm and collected and wait for all of it to work out. And with that, we're also done with this Marketing 2 container. Now let's minimize this and create our Marketing 3 container. So let's right click over it, then click on Add New Container. Go under its layout, set the content width to full width, and just set the direction to row. Now go to the Style tab. For background, set the background type to classic, then give it a custom color code. So in this field, just write EEE. That is 6 E's. Now go back. Then scroll down and inside of border dropdown, set all the border radius to 30 pixels. Now go to the Advanced tab. Here, change the pixel scale of margin to percentage scale. Then unlink the padding values. Make them all 0 except for the top one. We're going to add another value for top one, which is 1.2%. Now unlink the padding values. Here set top to 65, right to 45, bottom to 0, and left to 45 as well. Now scroll down and set the motion effects to fade in. Oh, and also we forgot to name our container, so let's rename it to Marketing 3 container. Now inside of this container, we're going to add another container. Let's rename it our heading container. Set the content weight to boxed, then go to the Advanced tab. Unlink the padding values, then set top padding to 20 and bottom to 25. Now click on this plus icon, and inside of this container, let's add a heading. Give it a dummy title in this field. Now go to the Style tab, set the text color to global primary color, then go inside of typography. Set the font to DM Sans, size to 26 pixels, weight to 700. Scroll down and then set the line height to 1 EM. And as for letter spacing, write minus 0.5 pixels. Now let's go to the Advanced tab, unlink the margin values, then only set the bottom margin to minus 5 pixels. Now we can't see the writing here because our color for this container didn't change for some reason. Let's go back to our Marketing 3 container, then go to Style tab, and here it is. Okay, even though we gave it 6 E's, sometimes you may see some bugs where the colors don't get registered. So you just have to type them again. In this field, let's just type 6 E's, that is EEE. Now it got registered. Okay, so let's go back. So we were done with our heading container here. I was so busy putting the values that I didn't even see the color of the background. Sorry for the silly mistake, but let's keep on creating. Now under this one, we're going to add a text editor. So click on this plus icon, then drag this text editor under here, then give it a dummy title in this field. Now go to the Style tab, give it a custom text color. So in this field, write 333333. Then go back. Let's see if the color got registered. Yes, it did. Now go inside of typography. Here set the font family to Lex and Deca, then size to 16 pixels, weight to 400, and then line height to 1.6 EM. Now go to the Advanced tab, unlink the margin values, then only set the bottom margin to minus 15. Now we're again going to put another button down here, but let's just copy it from here. So right click over this one, click on copy, then go down, right click over here, then click on paste. All right, perfect. Now let's minimize our heading container, and after this one we're going to add another container. So right click over it, then click on add new container. Now rename it as image container, then under layout set the content width to boxed, then direction to row, and justify content to end, then align items to end as well. Now go to the Advanced tab, unlink the padding values and make them all 0. Now inside of it, let's take an image widget. So drag this image widget in here. Let's choose an image. Here choose this image, service image 3, then click on select. Now go to the style tab, then give it a width value of 100%. So this is how it's looking, as you can see. And with that, we're all done with this section, which was our different marketing container. Look how great it's looking. All the color schemes are matching so well with the images, pictures, writings, and backgrounds of our containers. So let's publish it. Now let's create our last section inside of this effective marketing container. So right click over different marketing container, then click on add new container. Let's rename this container as our about us container. Then under its layout, change the content weight to boxed, then direction to row, align items to center, and for gaps, make them all 80. Now go to the advanced tab, align the padding values and make them all 0. Then inside of it, add another container. Rename it as images container. Under layout, set its content width to boxed, then go to the advanced tab, align the padding values and make them all 0. Then inside of it, we're going to add another image widget. So drag it in here, and then let's choose an image. Choose this image here, which says 7, then click on select. Now go to the advanced tab, then for motion effects, set it to fade in. Now we're done with this one, and now what we're going to do is right click over this images container, then add a new container. Now we're going to call it info container. Now from its layout, set the content width to boxed. Then go to the advanced tab, unlink the padding values and make them all 0. Then scroll down and set the motion effects to fade in. Now inside of this container, we're going to add a heading widget. So drag it in here. Let me move it here so you can see properly. Now let's give it a dummy title in this field. Then go to its style tab. Here set the text color to global white color. Then typography to global primary. Now under this one, let's add a text editor. So drag this widget under here. Again, give it a dummy title in this field. Now go to the style tab. Here give it a custom text color. Click on this color picker. Then in this field write ABABB5. Now go back. Then for typography, set it to this one, global text. Now go to the advanced tab, unlink the margin values and make them all 0. Now under here, we're going to add another container. So click on this plus icon, drag this container under here. So make sure that it's after this text editor and inside of info container. Now rename this container as counters container. Now from its layout, change the content width to boxed, set direction to row, then align items to start, and then for gaps, make them all 70 pixels. Now inside of it, we're going to add counters. So click on this plus icon, search for counter, then drag this one in here. I'm going to set ending number to 5 and number suffix to K+. And then for title, I'm going to write advertising partners. Now go to its style tab. Then inside of the number dropdown, give it a custom text color, which is going to be E9D175. Then go back. Now go inside of typography. Set the font family to DM Sans, size to 54 pixels, weight to 500, and then line height to 1.5 em. Now go inside of the title dropdown, set the text color to global white color, then go inside of typography, set the font family to Lexentica, then size to 18 pixels, weight to 500, and then transform to capital. This capitalized option. Then set the line height to 1.5 em. And for letter spacing, let's make it 0. Now we're going to add another container, another counter on this side. So what we're going to do is just right click over here and then click on duplicate. There you go. Now I'm just going to change its contents and then I'll be back. Now after changing its contents, we're all done with this whole container as well as this whole section. Okay, let me just close it so you can see it, how it's looking. Amazing, right? We've done all of this together. Can you believe it? But we do need to do the responsive settings for this whole section, right? So first, let's start with the tab settings. Now first, go inside of this effective marketing container, then choose this inner container. Let me move it a bit so you can see. Now go to its style tab, then scroll down, and here for its width, give it a value of 150 pixels. Then choose this heading container, go to its layout, and here set its width to 500 pixels. Now scroll down, and inside of this different marketing container, choose this marketing 1 container, go under its layout, then set its width to 38%. So change it to percentage scale, then write 38. There you go. Now go to its style tab, scroll down and go inside of this border drop down. Here make all the border radius value to 20 pixels. Now go to the advanced tab. Here unlink the padding values, then set top to 30 pixels, right 25, bottom to 0, and then left to 25. Now go inside of this marketing 1 container and choose this heading container. Then under its advanced tab, unlink the padding values and make them all 0. Then choose this button, go to its advanced tab, make all of its padding to 0 as well. Now choose the marketing 2 container, which is this one. Now under its layout tab, change the width scale to percentage scale, then write 58%. Now go to the style tab, go inside of this border drop down, set all the border radius value to 20 pixels, then go to the advanced tab, unlink the padding values, then set top padding to 30 pixels, right to 25, bottom to 0, and then left to 25. Now choose this heading, choose this heading container, go to its advanced tab, unlink the padding values and make them all 0. Then choose this button, go to the advanced tab, unlink the padding values, make them all 0 as well. Now choose this marketing 3 container, which is this one, go to its style tab, scroll down, then go inside of border radius. Here set all the border radius to 20 pixels, then go to its advanced tab. Here set all the padding values to 25 first, and then unlink it, then only change the bottom one to 0. There you go. Now scroll down and choose this About Us container, go to its layout, then scroll down and set all its gap to 40 pixels. Then choose this Counters container, this one, and we don't need to change anything for this one, but let's change something for its counters. So choose this first counter, go to its style tab, then go inside of the number drop down. Here go inside of typography, then set the size to 46 pixels. Do the same for this one as well. Go to style, number drop down, typography, and for this one size, let's actually change it to 45 pixels. There you go. So that it's in line with this one. With that, we're all done with the tab settings. Now let's move on to the mobile portrait. So here, let's start from the beginning again. So let's minimize it. Choose this effective marketing container. Go to its advanced tab, then unlink the padding values, and now set top padding to 70 pixels, right to 10, bottom to 60, and then left to 10. Now go inside of it and choose this inner container. Go to its style tab, scroll down, then set the width to 100 pixels. Now choose this heading container, go to its advanced tab, unlink the padding values, then set the bottom padding to 45 pixels. Now go inside of this heading container and choose this image, this one. Go to its style tab, then set its width to 30 pixels. Okay, now choose this different marketing container. Go to the advanced tab, unlink the padding values, then only set the bottom padding to 70 pixels. Now inside of this marketing 1 container, choose this heading container, go to its advanced tab, then unlink the padding values, and then only set the bottom padding to 10 pixels. Now choose this heading widget, go to its style tab, then go inside of its typography. Here set its size to 22 pixels. Then choose this text editor, go to its style tab, go inside of typography, then scroll down, and for its line height, change the value to 1.5 em. Now go to its advanced tab, unlink the margin values, then only set the bottom margin to -20 pixels. Now choose this button. Okay, so we don't need to do anything for this button, but now let's do all of these settings that we have done just for this marketing 1 containers heading container. Let's do it for this one as well. So let's choose this marketing 2 container, and from inside here, choose this heading container. Here, unlink the padding values, then only set the bottom padding to 10 pixels. Now choose this heading, go to its style, then typography, then set the size to 22 pixels. Then choose this text editor, go to its style tab, then inside of its typography, scroll down and set its line height to 1.5 em. Then go to its advanced tab, unlink the margin values, then only set the bottom margin to -20 pixels. And then let's do the same for this one as well. Go inside of marketing 3 container, choose this heading container. Under its advanced tab, unlink the padding values, then only set the bottom padding to 10 pixels. Choose this heading, go to its style tab, then inside of its typography, set the size to 22 pixels. Then choose this text editor, go to its style tab, then inside of its typography, scroll down and set the EM to 1.5 em. Then go to its advanced tab, unlink the padding values, the margin values, and then for bottom margin, set it to -20 pixels. Okay, now this is already looking good enough. You can keep it like that, but I want to make it even more perfect. So I'm just gonna do 2 more settings. First, I'm just gonna choose this heading container. So under marketing 3 container, I'm just gonna choose this heading container. Then from under its advanced tab, just make the top padding to 10 pixels. There it is. Now it's looking perfect. Now let's scroll down and choose this About Us container. And inside of this About Us container, we're going to choose this Images container. Here, go to the Advanced tab, unlink the padding values, then set the bottom padding to 15 pixels. And then for the Counters container, go to its Layout, then scroll down and for gaps, make them all to 25 pixels. Okay. And with that, we're all done with the mobile responsive as well. So this is how it's looking. Then we also have the tablet view and then the desktop view as well. Perfect, right? So now let's publish our work. And with that, we have come to our last section. So let's minimize this whole section. Then scroll down and let's add our last container. So click on this plus icon, choose this flexbox layout, then choose this direction, the row direction, then go to the style tab. And since this is our last container, let's name it our ending container. And then let's drag it on top of our HTML container here, after this effective marketing container. Now go to its style tab, set the background type to classic, then let's choose an image. Now choose this image, BG5, then click on select. Scroll down and set its position to top center, this one. Then repeat to no repeat and display size to cover. Then scroll down and inside of background overlay, set the background type to classic. Then also choose an image for this one. Here choose this image, UIH7, then click on select. Now scroll down here, set the position to custom, then set the X position to 50% and then Y position to 90%. Then repeat to no repeat, display size to custom, then weight to 60% and opacity to 1. Now go to its advanced tab, unlink the padding values, then set top padding to 125, right to 10, bottom to 180, then left to 10. Now inside of it, let's put another container. Rename it as inner container. Then under layout, change the content width to boxed. Now inside of it, let's take another container. Rename it as what customers say container. Then under its layout, change the content width to boxed. Then width to 618 pixels. Go to its advanced tab, unlink the padding values, then only set the bottom padding to 45 pixels. Now inside of it, let's take a heading widget. So drag it in here, then give it a dummy title in this field. Now go to the style tab. Here set the alignment to center, then text color to global primary color, and typography to global primary as well. Now go to the advanced tab, unlink the margin values, then only set the bottom margin to 10 pixels. Now scroll down and set the motion effects to fade in. Now let's add an image. So click on this plus icon, drag this image widget under here. It went outside, but we want it inside of our what customers say. There you go. Now let's choose an image. Choose this image, GFD, then click on Select. Now go to the Style tab. For width, change percentage scale to pixel scale, then write 40 pixels. Now go to the Advanced tab, scroll down, set the position to absolute, and then set horizontal orientation to right, offset value to 23%, then vertical orientation to top, and offset value to 0 pixels. Now time for the second image, so click on this plus icon, drag this image under this one. There it is, under this image. Now for this image, let's choose another image. Choose this image that says bottom effect 05. Then click on Select. Go to its Style tab. Set its weight to 42 pixels. Go to the Advanced tab. Scroll down. Set position to absolute. Then keep horizontal orientation to left. And for offset value, change the scale to percentage scale. Then write 24. Set vertical orientation to top and offset to 0. Now under this one, let's add a text editor. So click on this plus icon, then drag this text editor under here. It went up. Let's bring it down here. Now give it a dummy title in this field. Go to its Style tab, set the alignment to center, then text color to global text color, and typography to global text as well. Then go to the Advanced tab, unlink the margin values, then only set the bottom margin to -15 pixels. Scroll down and set the motion effects to fade in. And with that, we're done with this container. But now let's add another container. So right click over it, then click on Add New Container. And in this container, we're going to add testimonial. So let's rename it as our testimonial container. Now after renaming it, under its layout, change the content width to boxed, then direction to row, align items to center, and for gaps, give all of them value of 80 pixels. Now go to the Advanced tab, unlink the padding values, then only set the bottom padding to 50 pixels. Now click on this plus icon, and in this search widget field, search for testimonial carousel. So this is the widget that we're looking for. Let's drag it in here. And for now, let's close these items. Let's just keep one and then do our settings. Then we'll add our other items, okay? Which are our other testimonials. Now to change these contents of this item, you just need to click here. And in the content field, you can write whatever you like. For example, since this is testimonial, I'm going to change it to some comments of our customers. Like this, I've just put a dummy comment here. Then you can give a person's image here, but I'm just gonna keep it simple. So I'm just gonna put a quotation picture in here. So let's scroll down. Let's choose this one, quote, and then click on Select. There you go. Then if you scroll down, you can also change the person's name, their title, or their designation, whatever you like. So this is how you change the contents of an item. Now let's do the other settings. So here, first let's change the layout to image above. And then for slides per view, let's make it 3. And for slides to scroll, let's make it 1. Then scroll down, and for width, let's give it a value of 100%. Then go inside of additional options. Here, let's hide the arrows. Let's see. Okay, and with that, we're all done here. No need to do anything else. Now let's go to the Style tab. Here, set the space between to 20, then background color to global white color. Then for border width, make them all 1 pixels. And for border radius, make it 20 pixels. Now for border color, in this field, write F3, F2, F3, C4. Now go back. The color got registered. Now for padding, make all of them 40 pixels. Now go inside of this content dropdown. Here set the gap to 15 pixels. Then text color to global primary color. And for typography, go inside of this pencil icon. Set the font family to Lexentica. Size to 21 pixels. Weight to 400. Then scroll down and change the style to normal. Then line height to 1.5 em. Now go back. Then under name, give it a text color code of 0f110f Then go back, and for typography, go inside, set font family to DM Sans, size to 18 pixels, weight to 500, then style to normal, and line height to 1 em. Now go back, and then for title, give it a text color code of 0f110fb3. Now go back, then inside of typography, give it a font family of DM Sans, then size to 14 pixels, weight to 500, scroll down, then make the style to normal, and then line height to 2.3 em. There you go. Now go back, then inside of this image dropdown, set the size to 65 pixels and border radius to 0 pixels. Now go inside of navigation dropdown. Under pagination, set the size to 8 pixels. Then set the color, this color, to global text color. And for active color, give it a custom color code of 6865E7. Now go to the Advanced tab. And as always, set the motion effects to fade in. And with that, we're all done with the settings. Now all you need to do is just go to contents again, and then just duplicate this this item. So let's add another one, then another one, and then also another one. So now you can see that it's completely functional. Everything is working like butter. If we move from here, then as you can see that the slides are sliding, but when we interact, it's not moving. Perfect. Now with that, we're done with our testimonial section. So let's minimize it. And if you guys want, you can change these items like these images, then these writings, the name of the commenter, or the testimonials that are given by which people, and their designation as well. Okay. Now let's create our next section inside of our ending container. So just right click over this testimonial container, then click on add new container. And there you have it, a new container. Now we're going to name this container our customer support container. Now let's go to its layout. Set the content width to boxed, direction to row, align items to center, then set all the gaps to 20. Now let's go to its Advanced tab, unlink the padding values, then only set the bottom padding to 165 pixels. Now inside of it, let's add another container. Drag this container in here. Rename it as info container. Now under its layout, set the content width to boxed. Then go to its Advanced tab, unlink the padding values and make them all 0. Then scroll down, and for motion effects, set fade in. Now inside of this container, we're going to add a heading widget. So drag this heading widget in here. Write a dummy title in this field. Go to the Style tab. Set the text color to global primary color. Then typography to global primary as well. Now under this one, let's add a text editor. So drag it under here. Then again, add a dummy title in this field. Now go to the Style tab. Here set the text color to global text color, this one. And for typography, also set it to global text. Now go to its Advanced tab, unlink the margin values, then set the bottom margin to -15 pixels. Then unlink the padding values and set the right padding to 30 pixels. Now under here, we're going to add a button. So for that, we're not going to create a new one. Just scroll up, and then over here, just copy this button from here. Right click over it, click on copy, then scroll down again. Then right click under this area, and then click on paste. Actually, it went outside. Let's bring it in. There you go. Now we're all done with our info container. Let's minimize it. Now right click over this info container, and then click on add new container. We're gonna name it our image container. Then under layout, set the custom width, the content width to boxed. Then go to the Advanced tab, unlink the padding values and make them all 0. Then inside of it, we're going to add a image widget. Drag it here, and let's choose an image. Here, choose this image, this one, then click on select. Now go to its Advanced tab, and for motion effects, set it as fade in. Now we're gonna add another image under here. So click on this plus icon, then drag this image widget under here, and then choose an image. Now for this one, we're going to choose this image shape and then click on select. Now go to its style tab, set its weight to 60 pixels, then go to the advanced tab, set the position to absolute, then horizontal orientation to right, offset value to 0, vertical orientation to top, and offset value to 95 pixels. Now we're gonna add animation to this picture as well. So let's go back to jimfadigital.com. Let's copy this animation class name. So right click over this, copy to clipboard, then go back, and then in this CSS classes field, just paste it. There you go. Now we're done with this container as well. So let's minimize it, our customer support container, scroll down, and under this customer support container, we're going to add another container. So right click over it and click on add new container so that it's in this line. Okay. Now we're going to rename this container as our ready for success container. Now inside of this container, let's add a heading widget like this. Oh, and also I forgot to do its settings. So for ready for success container, let's change its content width from under layout to boxed. All right, now back to our heading. So this widget. Here let's add a title. Then go to its style tab, align it to center, set text color to global primary color, and for typography, go inside of this pencil icon, set the font family to DM Sans, then size to 92 pixels, weight to 700, then scroll down and set line height to 1.2 em. Now for letter spacing, give it a value of minus 0.5 pixels. Then go to the advanced tab. Here for margin, set the pixel scale to percentage scale, then unlink the margin values. Now for right margin, write 16 pixels, and then for left, write 16% as well. Sorry, this one was 16% as well. So both are 16%. Now scroll down, and for motion effects, set it to fade in. Now go inside of this background dropdown. Here, set the background type to classic, then give it an image. So let's choose an image. Here, choose this image, H1 shape, then click on select. Now scroll down, set the position to top left, repeat to no repeat, display size to custom, then give it a width value of 250 pixels. Now under this one, we're going to add a text editor, but let's just copy it from the top. So go to the beginning and let's copy this one. Copy, then go back down again, and under this area, click on paste. Okay, it went outside. Let's bring it inside of this container. There you go. Now simply just change the title for this one. Now go to its advanced tab. Now up next, we're going to add a container. So click on this plus icon, then drag this container under this text editor in this line. Actually, it went outside. Let's bring it in. As you can see that it's inside of our ready for success container under the text editor. Now let's rename it as our button container. Now under its layout, keep its content width to full width. Then for width value, change it to 290 pixels. Now go to the advanced tab, unlink the padding values, then only set the top padding to 30 pixels. And for align self, set it to center. Now inside of it, we're going to add a button. So drag this button widget, this one, in here. Or we could actually again do this shortcut. So let's just delete this one. Click on delete. Now go back to the top. Copy this button right here. Right click over it. Click on copy. Then go down again. And in this container, right click. Then click on paste. There you go. Now afterwards, we're going to add an image. So click on this plus icon and then drag this image widget under this button. But remember that it needs to go inside of this button container and under this button widget. Okay. Now let's choose an image. Choose this image, effect 1, then click on select. Go to its style tab, set its width to 42 pixels. Go to the advanced tab, scroll down, make the position to absolute. Keep horizontal orientation as it is and its offset as well. Then vertical orientation to top. And for its offset value, let's change it to minus 10 pixels. Now under this one, we're going to add another image. So right click over this one, then duplicate it. But for this one, we're going to change the image. So this time, let's take this image right here, bottom effect 05, then click on select. Then go to its advanced tab, scroll down, and now change its horizontal orientation to right. Then vertical orientation to bottom, and set its offset value to -45 pixels. Then scroll down, and inside of this transform dropdown, go inside of this rotate option. So click on this pencil icon, and then in this field, give it a value of 175 degrees. There you go. And that's the magic of Elementor settings. And with that, we're all done with our ending container as well. So now let's publish it. Now let's do the tab settings of our ending container. So let's go to the tab view, and then let's minimize all of this. Now go inside of this ending container. First up, choose this container, what customers say container. Now go to its layout, set its width to 500 pixels. Then scroll down and set all the gaps to 10 pixels. Now go to the advanced tab. Here unlink the padding values, then only set the bottom padding to 25 pixels. Then choose this image, this first image as you can see. Now go to its advanced tab, then scroll down and set its horizontal orientation offset value to 13%. Now choose this second image, this one, and for this one as well, set this offset value to 13%. Now inside of this testimonial container, choose this testimonial carousel, this one, and then from under its content tab, just scroll down and set the slides per view to 2. Now up next, choose this customer support container, which is this one. From under its layout, scroll down and set all the gaps values to 40 pixels. Now inside of this one, you'll have to go inside of this info container, or you can just choose this text editor. Then from under its advanced tab, unlink the padding values and make them all 0. Now inside of this image container, choose this second image, this one. From under its advanced tab, scroll down and in the vertical orientation offset value, in this field write 50 pixels. Now scroll down and then choose this heading, ready for your digital success. Then go to its style tab. Here inside of its typography, set its size to 70 pixels. Then go to its advanced tab, scroll down and inside of this background dropdown, scroll down again. Then set its display size width to 170 pixels. And with that, we're all done with the tab view or the tab responsive settings. Now let's move to the mobile view. Now here again, first up, choose this ending container. Then go to its advanced tab, unlink the padding values, then set the top padding to 75 pixels, then right to 10, bottom to 60, and left to 10. Now choose this what customers say container, and inside of it, let's choose this image. Go to its style tab, and from here set its width value to 30 pixels. Then go to the advanced tab, scroll down again. Here set its horizontal orientation offset to 10 pixels. So change the percentage scale to pixel scale and then write 10 here. Now choose this second image, go to its style tab, set its weight to 30 pixels. Then go to the advanced tab, scroll down, set the horizontal offset to 20 pixels. Then vertical orientation offset value to -5 pixels. Now scroll down and choose this customer support container. Go to its advanced tab, unlink the padding values, then set top padding to 20 pixels, right to 0, then bottom to 75, and left to 0. Now inside of this one, choose this image. So this second image, go to its style tab, then set its width to 50 pixels. Now go to the advanced tab, scroll down, set horizontal offset value to 0 pixels, and everything else is good here. Then choose this ready for success container. Now inside of it, choose this heading right here. Go to its style tab, then inside of typography, set its size to 62 pixels. Now go to the advanced tab, unlink the padding values, Then set all the margin to 0 as well. There you go. Now choose this text editor. Go to its advanced tab, unlink the margin values and make them all 0. Now scroll down and choose this button here. Actually, choose this button container. Then go to its layout. Here, make its width value to 290 pixels. Now go to the advanced tab, unlink the padding values, then only set the top padding to 20 pixels. Now here, choose this first image, this one. Go to its advanced tab, scroll down, set horizontal offset to 20 pixels, then vertical offset to -5 pixels. Now choose this second image. From its advanced tab, scroll down, set horizontal offset to 20 pixels, and then vertical offset to -26 pixels. And with that, we're all done with our mobile responsive settings as well. And it's looking perfect, as you guys can see. So now let's publish it. And then go to the desktop view. So this is our final product. This is what it's looking like. Perfect, amazing, and stunning. Cool. And with that, we're all done with the creation of our homepage. Congratulations, everyone. But now we're still missing something, right? We do need a menu up here so that people can browse our website easily. So now I'm going to be showing you guys how you can create a menu as a header and as a footer. So first, let's create our menu. For that, let's first click on this Elementor button and then open this Exit to WordPress option in a new tab. So here it is. Now let's go back by clicking on this WordPress icon. Now before creating our menu, let's first create our pages so that we can show those pages on our menu, okay? So click on Add New Page and let's title this page as our About page. So write About. Then after adding the title, just click on this Publish button, then click on Publish again. Now we're going to design our pages later on, but for now, let's just create all the pages, okay? So from here, just click on this Add New Page button and let's add a title. So I've named this as our services page. Now let's publish it. Click on Publish again, then add a new page. Now I'm going to add a title to this one. This is our pricing page. Then click on Publish, then add new page. Again, add a title, and then publish our digital marketing services page. Click on Publish and then Publish again. Then add a new page, add a title. Now publish the page, add a new page, add a title, blog, then publish it. Click on Publish. And now for our last page, which is going to be our contact page. Let's publish it. And now if we go to our WordPress, see, we have all these pages right here. Now since we're done creating all our pages, now it's time to create our menu to show all these pages. So to create menu, hover on this Appearance button, then click on Menus. So now to create our menu, first give it a menu name. So in this menu name, let's write Main Menu. And now simply just click on this Create Menu button to create the menu. Now once the menu has been created, now we're going to add pages to our menu to be shown. So let's select all of these pages, View All, and then choose all the pages that we have created. So click on the Select All button to select all of these pages, and then click on Add to Menu. Now after adding them, you can actually rearrange them in which order you want them to be shown. So I want my services page to be shown after the About page here. Then I want to show this digital marketing services page as a sub-service page of this service page. So this is a sub page of our services page, okay? I'm going to add this one as a sub page as well. Just hover over here and then drop it. Now these are both sub pages of our services page. Then let's put our pricing page on top of the blog page here. And the rest is looking great. Now simply just scroll down and then save the menu. So now our menu has been saved, but now to show our menu, we do need a header and footer, right? So let's create those. Now for that, let's go to Templates, and from inside of Templates, let's go to Theme Builders. And here I want to add a header, so click on this header here, and let's create our own completely new header. So let's click on add a new. Now Elementor will suggest you these default headers, as you can see, but we're going to make a header of our own. So let's close this. And now this is our header creation area or the canvas. Now first up, let's move all the distractions. So click on the settings button, and here let's remove this title. We don't need it. And now we have a clean canvas. So now let's start creating our header. So first up, click on this plus icon, choose the flexbox layout, and then choose this direction to add a container. Now under its layout, set the content width to boxed, and then for width, give it a value of 1400 pixels so that it covers the entire area. Okay. Now go to the advanced tab, unlink the padding values, then set the top padding to 23 pixels, right to 10, bottom to 0, and left to 10. Now scroll down, then set the position to absolute. Now leave all these settings as they are, and then scroll down, and here give it a z-index value. So write 10 here. Now inside of this one, let's add another container. So here's our container. And we have set an absolute value. That is why this container is looking like this, but no need to worry. In the end, it will all look perfect. Let's name this container our inner container. Now under layout, set its direction to row. Then go to the style tab. Then inside of the border dropdown, set its border type to solid. Now unlink the border width values, then only set the bottom border width to 1 pixels. Then give it a border color. So in this field, write 7 zeros and 1 D. That is 000, 0000, then D. Now go back. So this is our color. Now go to the advanced tab. Here unlink the padding values, and now set only the bottom padding to 13 pixels. Now inside of this one, we're going to add another container. So drag this container in here. Let's rename it as our logo container. Now under its layout, set its width to 20%. Then set the justify content to center. Go to the advanced tab, unlink the padding values, and make them all 0. Now inside of it, let's add an image widget. So drag this image widget in here, and let's add an image of our logo. So click here. Now scroll down, and here you'll find our logo for our website. So click on select. There it is. Now under content, from inside of link, set it to custom URL. Now from this dynamic tags, we're gonna set it to site URL. We've done this so that whenever someone clicks on this logo or this image, then they will be redirected to our site. So this is the custom URL that we have set. Now let's go to the style tab, set the alignment to left. Then for its width, change the percentage scale to pixel scale and give it a value of 98 pixels. And now we're done with this container. So let's minimize our logo container. And after that, we're going to add another container inside of our inner container. So right click over it and then click on add new container. So this comes inside of inner container after our logo container. Now let's rename it as our menu container. This menu container will contain our menu. So that's we have named it that. Now under layout, set its width value to 80%. Then set the direction to row. Justify content to end, align items to center, then scroll down and set all the gaps values to 40 pixels. Now inside of it, we're going to add a widget, which is the menu widget. So from here, drag this WordPress menu widget in here. And there you go. Now you guys may remember that we have already created our menu. That's why all of these pages are showing in this exact manner in which we have created our menu. See? These are our pages, and this is the 2 sub pages that we have added inside of our services page. Now it's time to do the settings for our menu. So first, under its content tab, set the pointer to none. Then scroll down and here make it full width. So toggle it to yes. Then text align to center. Now scroll up and go to the style tab. Here go inside of this typography. Then set the font family to Lex and Deca. Then size to 16 pixels, weight to 500. Scroll down, set the line height to 1.2 em. Then set letter spacing. First change the pixel scale to em scale. Then in this field write minus 0.011. Now go back and here under normal, give it a custom text color. So in this field write 212529. Then go back. Now go inside of hover Here give it a custom color code of 6664E4. Now go back. Here set the horizontal padding to 0 pixels, then space between to 40 pixels. Now go inside of this drop down. Now inside of this normal tab, give it a custom text color. So in this field, write 6C757D. Now go back. Then set the background color to complete white. Now go back. Then go inside of the typography. Here set the font family to Lex and Deca. Then size to 15 pixels. Weight to 500. Now go under hover tab. Here give it a text color code of 6664E4. Then go back. Give it a background color code, which is F5, F4, FE. Now again, go back. Now go inside of the active tab. Here give it a text color of global text. Then give it a background color code, which is F5, F4, FE. Now again go back. Now change the border type to solid. Now give it a border width, so unlink the values. Then only set the top width to 2 pixels. Then give it a border color code. In this field write 6664E4. Then go back. Now unlink the border radius values. Then set the bottom value to 8 and left value to 8 as well. Now click on this box shadow here. Let's give it a color. So for this one, let's drag it to the left until you get this exact number, which is 3 zeros and then 0.15. Okay. Now give it a vertical value of 8, blur to 28, and then go back. Here set the horizontal padding to 15 pixels, then vertical padding to 14 pixels. Now scroll down, go inside of this toggle button drop down. Here set the color to global accent color. Then for background color, give it a custom color code of 6EC1E400. Now go back here. And with that, we're all done with our WordPress menu. Now after on this side, I want to add a button. So let's click on this plus icon, scroll down, and let's drag this button on the right side of this container right here. There's our button. First, in the content tab, in this field, let's add a dummy text. So you can give your contact number here. Then go to the style tab. Here go inside of typography, set the font family to Lex and Deca, size to 16 pixels, weight to 400, line height to 1.1 em, and then letter spacing, change the pixel scale to em, and in this field write minus 0.011. Now go back, then click on this hover tab. Here set the text color to global accent color, and then this color, give it a custom color code, which is FFF00. Then go back. Now give it a border color value. So in this field, let's write a custom code, which is 21252980. Now let's go back. And let's go to the normal tab again. Here we need to give this color. So let's set it to global accent color. There you go. Here set the border type to solid. Then make all the border width value to 1 pixels. Now give it a border color code, which is 21252980. Then go back. Set all the border radius value to 7 pixels. Then unlink the padding values. Set the top padding to 8, right to 21, bottom to 8, and left to 21. Now go to the advanced tab, scroll down, and then go inside of responsive. And from here, we're going to hide it on mobile portrait because mobile portrait is very small, so we don't need to see it. Just this menu will do. Now let's do the tab settings of our header. For this one, you just simply need to click on this logo container, go to its layout, then set its width to 40%. So change it to percentage scale, then in this field write 40. There you go. Now for the tab setting, simply just click on this menu container. From under its layout, scroll down and set all its caps values to 20 pixels. And that's all you need to do in the tab settings. Now let's do the mobile responsive. Here choose this logo container, this one. Then from under its layout, give it a width value of 40%. Now choose this menu container. Here from under its layout, give it a width value of 53%. Now just click on this WordPress menu widget, go to its advanced tab, unlink the margin values, then only set its top margin to -10 pixels. And there you have it. All the settings are done. Now as you can see that this one here is blurry. That's because we have hidden it on mobile responsive. Because in the mobile screen we don't need to give so many options, which is very inconvenient for browsing. Just these two options are enough. So now move to the desktop view, and this is how our header will be looking in our whole website. Now remember that header and footer are global, so we need to set its settings in such a way that this header and footer will be shown in all of our pages, so that whenever someone goes into home page or about page or whichever page they like, they can always move to another page with the help of this header that we have created. So now just click on this publish button, and here you'll get this add condition button. So click on it. Keep this option to include and set this one to entire site, so that our header will be visible in the entire site or our website that we have created. Now just simply click on save and close, and that's it. Now if we go to our home page, this is what our home page looks like right now. So now let's bring this out. And to show our header, we actually need to do one last thing for all our pages, okay? So for this home page, what we need to do is click on this settings button, this page settings button that you see here, and from here scroll down. Now in the page layout, we have set it to Elementor Canvas, which gives a clear review of our page without any header or footer, since we didn't need them earlier and we wanted a clear canvas to work in. So that's why we chose the page layout as Elementor Canvas. Now to show our header, we simply just need to choose this Elementor full width. And now as you can see, there is our header. Cool, right? So let's click on publish. Now since we're done creating our header, let's create our footer. So let's go back here, go back to WordPress. Then from templates, go to theme builder. Here go inside of footer. Now click on add new. Now just close this pop-up. And let's erase this writing, we don't want it. So click on this settings, footer settings button, and let's remove this title from here. And now let's start creating our footer in this area. So you can click on this plus icon, then simply just drag this container in here, set its content width to boxed, and for its width, give it a value of 1400 pixels. Then scroll down and set all the gaps values to 5 pixels. Now go to the style tab. Here set the background type to classic, then give it a custom color code of F5, F5, F6. Then go back. Now inside of this container, let's add another container. So drag it in here. Let's rename it as our inner container. Now from under layout, set its direction to row. Then go to the style tab. Then go inside of this border dropdown. Here set the border type to solid. Then unlink the border width values. Then only set the bottom value to 1 pixel. Now give it a border color. So give it a custom color code of E5, E6, FF. Then go back. Now go to the advanced tab. Here unlink the padding values. Then set the top padding to 55 pixels. And then bottom to 30. And leave the rest to 0. Now inside of this container, let's add another container. And let's rename this container our logo container. Under layout, set its content width to boxed. Then inside of it, let's add an image. So drag this image widget in here. Give it an image. Let's choose the same image that we chose for our header logo. Click on select. Here set the image resolution to full. Then for link, again change it to custom URL. And then from dynamic tags, give it to site URL, so that people can access our website from our footer as well. Now go to the style tab. Here set the alignment to left. Then give it a width value of 143 pixels. Now go to the advanced tab. Here scroll down and give it a motion effect of fade in. Now under this image, let's add a text editor. So let's drag this text editor under here. Give it a dummy title in this field or something that you want to say about your website. Now go to the Style tab. Here set the text color to global primary color. Then go inside of typography. Set the font family to Lexentica. Then size to 15 pixels. Weight to 400 and line height to 1.5 em. Now go to the Advanced tab. Here give it a motion effect of fade in. Now let's minimize this logo container, and on the side of this logo container we're going to add a new container. So click on this plus icon. Now drag a new container on the right side of this container here. Alright, let's rename this container our email container. Set its content width to boxed. Let's add a heading inside of it. Drag this heading in here. Let's add a dummy title in this field. Then go to the Style tab. Here set the text color to global primary color. Then go inside of typography. Set the font family to DM Sans. Give it a size of 36 pixels. Weight of 600. Then line height of 1.1 em. And as for letter spacing, change the pixel scale to em. Then in this field write minus 0.022. Now go to the Advanced tab. Here give it a motion effect of fade in. Now let's add a text editor under here. So click on this plus icon, scroll down, drag this text editor under here. Give it a dummy title in this field. Then go to the Style tab. Here give it a text color of global primary color. Then go inside of typography. Set the font family to Lexentica. Size to 15 pixels. Weight to 400. Then scroll down and set the line height to 1.5 em. Then go to the Advanced tab. Here again, give it a motion effect of fade in. Now we're done with our email container as well. Now let's add another container on the right side of this email container. So click on this plus icon, scroll down, drag this container on the right side of it, and here it is. Let's rename it as our contact container. Now under layout, make its content width to boxed. Now inside of it, let's add a heading. So scroll this heading in here. Let's add a dummy number in this field. Now let's go to its Style tab. Here set the text color to global primary color. Then go inside of typography. Set the font family to DM Sans. Size to 36 pixels. Weight to 600. Then line height to 1.1 em. And for letter spacing, change the pixel scale to em scale. Then in this field, write minus 0.022. Now go to the Advanced tab, give it a motion effect of fade in. Under this one, we're going to add a text editor. So let's scroll down, and the text editor goes under here. Write something dummy in this field. Now go to its Style tab. For this one as well, set the text color to global primary color. Set the typography to, its family to Lexentica. Then size to 15 pixels. Weight to 400. And then line height to 1.5 em. Now go to the Advanced tab. Give it a motion effect of fade in. Now we're all done with our inner container, so let's minimize it. Now here, let's add another container inside of this container. So let's right click over this inner container, then click on this add new container. Let's rename it as our copyright container. Now from under its layout, set its direction to row, then align items to center. Then go to the Advanced tab, unlink the padding values and make them all 0. So this is how it's looking for now. Now inside of this one, let's add a new container. Rename it as the left container. Then inside of this left container, let's add a text editor. So scroll down, drag this text editor in here. Give it a dummy title in this field, like copyright reserved or something like that. Now afterwards, go to the Style tab. Here set the text color. So give it a custom color code of A0A1A2. Then go back. Now go inside of typography. Here set the font family to Lex and Deca. Then size to 13 pixels. Weight to 400. Then line height to 1.5 em. Now go to the Advanced tab. Here unlink the margin values. Then only give it a bottom margin of -15 pixels. Then give it a motion effect. So right fade in. And with that, we're done with the left container. Now let's deal with the right container. So let's just right click over this one, then click on add new container, and let's rename it as right container. Now from under its layout, set its align items to end. Now inside of it, we're going to add a widget, which is this WordPress menu. Drag it in here. Now from under its content, change its pointer to none. Then scroll down and make it full width. Set text align to center, and then go to the style tab. So currently it's looking like this here. Now let's change its styling. So go inside of this typography, set the font family to Lex and Deca, size to 13 pixels, then weight to 500, line height to 1.2 em, and then for letter spacing, change the pixel scale to em scale. Then in this field, write -0.011. Then go back. Now under normal, give it a text color code of 535353. Then go back. Now go to hover. Here set the text color to 6664E4. Now go back. So this is how it's looking now. Now what we need to do is set this horizontal padding to 0 pixels. Then space between to 25 pixels. Alright, now go inside of this drop down. Now inside of this normal tab, give it a text color code of 6C757D. Then go back, and for background color, make it completely white. Then go back. Now go inside of typography. Here set the font family to Lex and Deca. Then size to 13 pixels and weight to 500. Now go to the hover tab, give it a text color code of 6664E4, then give it a background color code of F5F4FE. Then go back. Now change the border type to solid. Unlink the border with values, then only set the top value to 2 pixels. Then give it a border color code of 6664E4. Then go back and unlink the border radius values. Then set the bottom radius to 8 and left to 8 as well. Now go inside of this box shadow. Let's give it a color. So drag it until you get this one, this number here, which is 000 and then 0.15. Then give it a vertical value of 8, blur of 28. Then go back. Set horizontal padding to 15 pixels and vertical padding to 8 pixels. Now go inside of this toggle button drop down. Here, set this color to global accent color, this one. Then give it a background color code of 6EC1E400. Then go back. Now go to the Advanced tab. Give it a motion effect of fade in. And with that, we're all done with the creation of our footer. But now let's do the tab settings. So currently it's looking like this on our tab. First up, let's choose this image, Jupiter. Go to its style tab, then give it a width value of 100 pixels. Then choose this email container. Go to its Advanced tab, unlink the padding values, then set the top padding to 17 and the rest to 10 pixels. Now choose this heading, this email heading. Go to its style tab, go inside of typography, set its size to 20 pixels. Alright, now choose this contact container. Go to its Advanced tab. First up, make all of the padding to 10 pixels, then unlink them and only change the top padding to 17 pixels. Now choose this heading, this number. Go to its style tab, then inside of typography, set its size to 20 pixels. Now scroll down and then choose this left container. From under its layout, set its width value to 40%. Then choose this right container. Under its layout, change its width value to 60%. And with that, we're done with the tab settings. Now let's move on to the mobile portrait. Here, first choose this inner container. Then under layout, let's change its gap, make all of them 0. Then choose this text editor. Go to its advanced tab, unlink the padding values, then only set the bottom padding to -10 pixels. Now choose this heading, go to its style tab, inside of typography, change its size to 25 pixels. Now go to the advanced tab, unlink the margin values, then only set the bottom margin to -5 pixels. Now choose this text editor, this opening day text editor, go to its advanced tab, unlink the margin values, then only set the bottom margin to -10 pixels. Now choose this heading, this number heading that you see here, go to its style tab, then inside of typography, set its size to 25 pixels. Then go to the advanced tab. Now unlink the margin values, then only set the bottom margin to -5 pixels. Now choose this text editor, WhatsApp. Then go to the advanced tab, unlink the margin values, then set the bottom margin to -10 pixels. Now choose the copyright container. From under its layout, set its gaps values to 0. Now choose this text editor, copyrights reserved. Then go to its style tab, then set the alignment to center. Now choose this right container. From under its layout, set its align items to center. Then inside of it, choose this WordPress menu. Now go to its style tab. Here inside of this drop down, go inside of typography, then set this size to 16 pixels. Now go to its advanced tab, unlink the margin values, then set the top margin to -10 pixels. And with that, we finally conclude our footer making. So this is how it's looking on the mobile. And then this is the tablet view. And of course, this is our desktop view. So now let's finally publish our footer. So click on this publish button and then click on add condition. Of course, make it entire site and make this one include. Then click on save and close. And now if we again go to our home page, then refresh it. So now inside of our home page, if we refresh our page, and now if we scroll at the bottom, there's our beautiful footer. How great does that look? Cool. So now since we're all done with the creation of our home page and our header and footer, let's create our other pages. So from this tab, let's go back to WordPress. Then go inside of pages. Now let's create our about page. So click on edit. And then from here, click on edit with Elementor. Now first of all, let's change the page layout. So from this page settings, scroll down and change the page layout to Elementor full width. Now since we have already created the home page from scratch step by step, let me save you guys the trouble. So we're not going to be creating the about page from scratch because I've already created a free page template only for you guys. So to create our about page, all you need to do is simply just click on this button here, which says add template, and then click on this button that says import template. Now click on select file. Now inside of the resources that you have downloaded from gymfadigital.com, you'll get this templates folder after this image folder that we have used the images from. So now let's insert in this template folder. And from here, all you need to do is just simply choose this about page.json file and then click on open. Now it's asking us if we're sure that we want to use this file or if it's safe. And of course it's safe since it's from gymfadigital.com. So let's click on continue. And then just click on this enable and import button. Now click on this folder button again, which says add template. Now if we go to my templates, you'll find this about page which we just uploaded. So from here, just click on this insert button and your page will be all ready within a minute. There you go. Cool, right? You get all these amazing settings already done with all of these amazing images. But that's not all. You can actually customize everything on your own as well. So we have already this template that we have made ready for you guys, but you can also change this writing from here just in the same manner that we have created the home page. So you can choose any of these and just change the title, the settings, the styles, the advanced settings. Everything is within your disposal. You can also choose to change the background images. Whatever you wish, you can do everything, but you didn't have to go through all the trouble of creating this whole page from scratch. Cool, right? This is probably one of the only things in life that there is no downside to. So hopefully you guys will like this template and use it while creating your website. And I've also done the tablet settings as well for you. As you can see, that the tab view is perfect as well as the mobile portrait view. Cool, right? So now let's publish our about page by clicking on this publish button. And just like that, just within a minute, we're all done creating our about page. Great! Now let's move on to creating our next page. So let's go back. Let's exit to WordPress. Click on it. Then click on this WordPress logo. Now let's create our services page. Actually, let's edit this in a new tab. So it's open here. Click on Edit with Elementor. And now, just like before, all you need to do is from page settings, change the page layout to Elementor full width, and then upload the ready-made template kit that we'll get from jimfadigital.com. So click on this import template, click on select file, and for this one, let's choose our services page.json file. Then click on open. Click on continue. Now click on this add template button again, and then inside of my templates, you'll find this services page button. So click on insert here. And just like before, this time our whole services page is ready within a single minute. And of course, you can change all of this as well as you like. So there's no boundaries to your creativity. You can change this heading, this picture, then this picture. Also, you can put different kinds of services in these fields. You can change these pictures as well, along with these pictures. And you can also set a video title, a video URL for this video. So currently it's given a placeholder video, but if you click here and then give it a link of your own video of your website or any video in general that you like, then you can show it to your website visitors as well. So let's go back, and now let's finally publish our services page as well. Click on publish. Now let's close this page as well. Now up next, let's create our next page, which is going to be the digital marketing services page. So let's open it in a new tab. Here it is. Click on Edit with Elementor. From page settings, make the page layout to Elementor full width. Then publish it. And just like before, let's add a template. So from here, click this button, select file. And for our digital marketing services page, let's click this file, which is digital marketing services page.json file. So click on open. And then click on continue. Now after uploading, just click on this add template button again, and here you'll find this which template we have just added. So click on insert and then wait for a few seconds. And just like that, within seconds, as you guys can see, that our whole digital marketing services page was also uploaded. Now this part is special because in this part we're going to add a carousel, but this is not just any ordinary carousel. We're going to add templates that are going to be in the carousel. So for that, let's go back to our WordPress dashboard. So from pages, here I'm going to open this template in a new tab. Then go inside of it. And here I'm going to import templates. So click on this import templates and then click on choose file. Now from here, you guys see these service carousel templates. So we will have to import these 4 templates one by one. So let's first choose this one. Then click on open and then click on import now. Click on continue. Now as you guys can see that we have uploaded this template just now. Now all you need to do is simply right click over this one and then copy this whole portion. So click on copy and now go back to our digital marketing services page, and now we're just simply going to click here, and then for this item 1 we're going to put this template ID that we have just copied. So let's remove this whole one and then paste the one that we just copied. So click on paste. So no need to worry, because currently this might look like this, but after publishing our page, it would have all the carousel of templates that we have added here. So this was our first one. Now let's minimize it. And now to put the second one, let's go again to my templates. And then from here, let's click on import templates. Then click on choose file. Then choose this service carousel template 2.json file and click on open. Then click on import now. And click on this continue button. Now this is the template that has just been uploaded. So again, for this one, let's copy this template ID or shortcode from here. Click on copy. Then go back here. And then for the second one, let's remove the dummy one and then add the one that we have just copied. So click on paste. Now simply just publish this page. And now let me show you guys a preview of this. So just click on this eyeball icon. And here if you scroll down, then these are the two carousels or the templates that we have just added in this carousel. So if we swipe it, as you can see that there are nothing else here. But in the same manner, I'm going to add the other two templates as well. And then I'll be back. So in here, let me just change these two items and I'll be back in a minute. Alright guys, so now I'm back after putting all the other items or the templates here. Just in case if you guys want to see the preview, let's go to the front end. And as you can see that these were the only two that were here before. But now if we slide it, there's the other ones. Cool, right? Now in this same manner, you can add as much items or templates as you wish. But now you might be wondering, how do you edit these templates, which are already ready-made, right? So for that, all you need to do is go to my templates. And here you see the templates that we have uploaded. Simply, you can just click on any of this with edit with Elementor and then go inside to edit all of them and their contents as well. Just in the same manner that I have shown you in other pages. For example, let's go inside of this one. So click on edit with Elementor. And now from here, you can change all of this contents. As you can see, you can change the image, this heading, text editor button, and you can also add more things if you wish. Cool, right? It's as simple as that. So now let's close this. And now since we're all done with creating our digital marketing services page, let's close this page as well. Now go to all pages and let's create our next page. So here, choose this SEO service page, click on edit, and then click on edit with Elementor. Now for this page as well, go to page settings, then scroll down and change the page layout to Elementor full width. Now click on publish. And then if we add the template from here, so click on this import template button, click on select. And now for this page, just choose this JSON file, which is SEO service page.json file. So click on open and then click on continue. Now from here, choose this page, SEO service page, and then click on insert. And now just within seconds, our SEO service page is all good to go as well. And from here, you can change all these settings and options as well. You can change these contents, these images, this video. If you put a link, you can change the video, and then all other things, just like all the other pages that we have shown before. So now let's publish this page by clicking on this publish button. And then let's go back to WordPress. So click on exit to WordPress. Click on this WordPress icon. And now up next, let's create our pricing page. So click on this edit button and then click on edit with Elementor. Now again, for this one, from page settings, change the page layout to Elementor full width. Then click on publish. And now it's time to add our template. Click on this import template button, then select file. For this one, choose this file, which is pricingpage.json file. Click on open. And then click on continue. Now from here, choose this pricing page and click on insert. And here's our pricing page. Everything here is changeable as well. As you can see that this has different types of pricing plans and all of these stunning designs and contents as well. So now let's scroll up and let's publish our page. Now after we're done creating the pricing page, let's go back to our WordPress. Click on this WordPress logo. And now before doing anything with the blog page, I want to create blog posts to show in our blog page, okay? So for that, just simply click on this posts button. Now here you'll see this default blog post. Let me just quickly delete that. And now we're going to create our own blog posts. So to do that, just click on this add a new post button. And here you can add any title like this is my first blog post or anything related to your website. So I'm just going to add a dummy title in this field. And then after writing the dummy title, you can actually write your whole blog in this section. So I'm just going to write a dummy blog text in this field as well. Now after writing the blog post, you can actually go to this post option and then you can set a featured image. This featured image will be the thumbnail of your blog post. So whenever someone comes to your blog archives page, then they will first show this image that you set here for your blog post. So let us set a featured image from here. So from here you can just choose any picture. I'm going to choose this picture and then click on set featured image. Now this image for your blog post has been set. Now after that you can also change and play with all of these settings as well. You can add categories, like add a new category and name the category name to blog. Then click on enter. Then add a new category like digital marketing and so on and so forth. You can also add tags if you wish. So in this manner you can do everything from here. Now let's click on publish. Click on publish again. And just like that, our blog post has been published. Now let's go back. Here as you can see that this is the blog post that we have just created. Now in the same manner, I'll be creating some other blog posts and then I'll be right back. Alright guys, so I'm back after creating some other blog posts. Now to show these blog posts in our blog page, we need to do another settings. So for that, hover on this settings option, then click on reading. Now as you can see that the posts page have not been set yet. So I'm going to set the posts to be shown in our blog page. So that's why from here, click on this blog. This is the blog page that we have created. And now click on save changes. So now all the posts will be shown in our blog page. But that is not all. I actually want to make my blog page dynamic. And that's why I'm going to be creating this blog page or our blog archive with theme builder. So for that, what you need to do is hover over this templates option and then click on theme builder. Now let's select this archive option. Now from here, click on this add new button. Now here, Elementor will provide you some default blog archive page templates, but we're not going to use any of them since we have our own blog archive template. So let's close this. Okay, now we're going to upload the template for our blog's archive page. So click on this add template button, then click on this import template button. Click on select file. Now from here, choose this blog archive.json file, then click on open. Then click on continue. Now from here, choose this archive page that you see, click on insert, then click on apply. Cool. Now as you guys can see that we have our dynamic blog archives page with all of the blogs that we have written. Isn't it amazing? So now let's publish our blog page. Click on this publish button. Now click on this add condition button and then just leave the settings as they are and then click on save and close. So now we're done with this one. Let's go back again. Click on exit to WordPress. Then again from templates, go inside of theme builder. And now this time we're going to be creating dynamic single posts or single blog posts. So click here. Then click on this plus icon. Now let's just close this. And then click on this import template button. From here, let's upload our template. Click on select file. Now from here, you'll find this single blog template.json file. So let's open it. Click on continue. Now scroll down and here you'll find this single post template file. So just click on insert and then apply. Now the single blog post will look like this here, but don't worry, just publish it. Then click on add condition and leave the settings as they are. Just click on save and close. So now let's close our single post from here. And now let's go inside of pages. And now from blog page, click on View. So this is the front end of our blog page, and this is how our blog page is looking. Amazing, right? Now we're getting this page because we have done the blog archive. As you guys may remember, we have added a blog archive template. And now if we just click on any one of this, like if we click on this one, then this page that you're getting, this is the layout or the template that we have just set, which was the single blog post template. As you can see that everything is looking perfect. There's this image, then the blog post, and of course you can also share the post from here. And due to our blog's archives, we can also see other blog posts from here. As you can see, you can just click on any one of them as you like, and it will redirect you to other blog posts as well. Cool. So now from here, we can actually go back to our dashboard. So click on this WordPress icon. And now from here, just go inside of pages. So go here. And as you can see that we're done with all of our pages until now. But now there's just only one page left, which is the contact page. So let's click on Edit. Then click on Edit with Elementor. And now from here, all we need to do is just simply upload a template for our contact page. So we're just going to click on this Add Template button. Then click on Import Template. Select File. And now from here, choose this contact page.json file. Click on Open. And then click on Continue. Now insert this contact page template in your contact page. And there you have it. Your entire contact page is all ready. But now we're actually going to add a contact form in this field. So after this send us a message writing, just click in this field. Now under this heading, we're going to add a contact form. So here, all you need to do is click on this plus icon. Then in this search widget field, search for form, which is FORM, and then drag this contact form under this heading right here. And now we're going to be creating our contact form for our contact page. Now here, from under content, first choose this first name option, this one, and then we're going to put content in here. So in its label, let's write your name. Then let's choose this email. Here under content, in this label field, let's write your email. And then for the third item, in this field, this label field, let's write your message. Now here in this field, for rows, write 9. Then scroll down, and we don't need to do anything else here. Now go to the Style tab. Here inside of form, for row gaps, write 18 pixels. And also for column gaps, make it 0. Now under label, set the text color to global primary color. Then go inside of typography. Set the font family to Lexentica. Then set size to 16 pixels. Weight to 400. Then line height to 1.5 em. Then go back, and under HTML field, set this color to global text color. Now go inside of typography, and then for typography, set it to global text as well. Now go inside of this field drop down. Here set the text color to global primary color. Then go inside of typography, set the font family to Lexentica. Then size to 16 pixels, weight to 400. Then line height to 1.5 em. Then go back. Now give it a border color. So in this field, let's write E4, E5, E7. Now go back. And then make all the border radius to 5 pixels. Now go inside of the buttons drop down. Here set its position to left, which is this button right here. Then go inside of typography, set the font family to Lexentica. Size to 16 pixels. Weight to 500. Then scroll down and set line height to 1.5 em. Now go back. Now here under normal and under next and submit button, give it a background color code, which is 6664E4. Now go back. And then for previous button, set the background color to global accent color. Now make all the border radius to 10 pixels. Then unlink the text padding, set the top padding to 12, right to 52, bottom to 12, and left to 52. Now go inside of this messages dropdown. Here set the typography to global text. Then go inside of steps dropdown. Here set the typography to global accent. Now go here and under inactive tab, set the primary color to global text color. Then go to active. For this one, set the primary color to global accent color. And for the completed one, also set the primary color to global accent color. And with that, our whole contact form is created as well. Now from here, if someone just enters their name, email, or message, and then click on this send button, then they can contact you through your WordPress website. Cool, right? So now our whole entire contact page is ready as well. Now let's publish it. Now from here, let's go back to our WordPress dashboard. Click here. Now I'll be showing you how you can add a favicon. So if you're wondering what a favicon is basically the picture that you see here on the browser tab, along with the website name. And all of the professional websites have this favicon. For example, if you go to gymfadigital.com, then as you can see that on your browser tab, on the left side, it's showing a picture or logo or favicon of gymfadigital.com. But for our website, it's only showing this globe looking icon, which is a default favicon. But we don't want that. We want a custom made favicon for our website. So for that, what you can do is go to a website named logomaker.com. Now after coming to this logomaker.com, if you click on this start my design button, then it will redirect you to this page or this canvas. So from here, you can just click on this create a new design. And then in this canvas, you can create your logo. So from here, if you just click on this text widget, then you can type anything here. For example, I'm going to write Jupiter. Then you can choose all these other widgets to make your logo look more cool. You can also play with all of these colors, but I'm just going to keep it black. You can also use all of these free writing designs and fonts as you wish. So everything is at your disposal. And after you're done creating your logo, all you need to do is just simply click on this save button. Now from here, you can just click on this download low resolution PNG to get the free logo if you don't want to pay for that. So I'm just going to click here. And then if you add your email address in this field and then click on send file to email, then logomaker.com will send this logo exactly to your email address. It's as simple as that. So in the same manner, you can use logo which you create in this logomaker.com. Now I'm just going to close this since I have already created a logo. Now to set your favicon, all you need to do is come back to your WordPress dashboard. Then from appearance, go to customize. Now here, just go inside of site identity, and then you see this option that says select site icon. So if you just click here and then choose this image, I've already created this icon. So let's click on select and then just click on skip cropping since it's already perfectly cropped. And as you can see, as soon as we have uploaded it, our favicon is showing on the browser tab along with our website name. Perfect. So now let's publish it. Now if we close this and go to our home page, and now let's exit to WordPress. Then see, there's our favicon here and here. So let's close this. Now this was the front end of our website before we did any settings or any designs of our web page. So this was at the beginning and our website looked like this in the beginning. But now if we just refresh this page, this is what our whole page, our whole website looks like. So this was our home page. As you can see, we have this beautiful hero banner that we have created together. We have our dynamic button with hover effects, then all of these animated widgets. And if we scroll down, now as you can see that as we're scrolling down, everything is just popping up in a faded manner. And this is why we actually added that motion effect, which was fade in. So now as we scroll down, everything, every element, every widget will just fade in just like that. See how beautiful that looks? So every setting is finally paying off. As you can see, we have our beautiful carousel, then our customer support area. Of course, we have our ending container, and then we have our beautiful footer. From here, you can access all the pages as well. So let's go to the about page. We also have our beautiful header, as you can see, with a beautiful logo of our own. Then this menu with all of these page names of our website. We can also contact by clicking on this button. So this is our whole header. Just look at how fulfilling this looks. Then we have our About Us page. We have uploaded template and created this whole About Us page. As you can see, it has all of these dynamic widgets and effects and these beautiful pictures, and everything was actually just uploaded through a template. We didn't need to do anything else here. Everything was perfect from the beginning. Now let's move to our services page. Here in the services page, we have our beautiful sections, counters, all the other widgets. And then if we scroll down, we also have this video placeholder. You can watch videos here if you put on a link here. Then we have these logos and all of these things. Now if we go to the top, here you may remember that inside of our services page, we have set sub pages, which are single service pages that are digital marketing services and SEO service. So if we go inside of this one, it will take us to this single service page. And here we have also added all of these carousels through templates as well. As you can see, if we slide them, then all of them will slide beautifully just like that. Then if you scroll down, we have all these sections. You can customize all of them as you wish. Then again, from the top, if we go inside of this SEO service page, then here's our SEO service page with all of these beautiful effects and widgets. Just look how beautiful they look. Then we can also go to our pricing page from this footer menu here. And inside of our pricing page, we also have these sections, these different pricing plans through which people can buy your services. And then we also have all of these sections as well. Then we can go to the blog page. And here inside the blog page, we have set the blog archives template. That is why all of these blogs are showing in this page. We also have this pagination option, so we can go to the second page and see all of these blogs as well. Now, if you wish, you can go to any one of these single blogs, then read these blogs, and due to the single blog post archive, the single blog post template that we have uploaded, you can also see these related posts in this single blog post page. So you can go to any one of these if you wish, just like that. Everything is at your fingertips. Then finally, we have our contact form. Here we have these beautiful sections. We have our beautiful contact form as well. Here you can just write your name like Abe, then your email. Then here in this message field, you can write a message. And now if you just simply click on this send button, then as you can see that your submission was successful. So now my message has been sent to the WordPress website dashboard in the website that we have created. Cool, right? We also have all of these sections. These are the FAQ sections, which is looking perfect as you can see. We also have this map so people can find us from here and get our location to contact us conveniently. And with that, our pages come to an end. Alright, so we've completed our amazing digital marketing agency website design. Now go ahead and create your own professional digital marketing agency website. I wish you all the very best. I have just one request. Please comment down below about the learning experience from this video. Also, please share this video on social medias. It would mean the world to me. I'll see you in the next video. For now, goodbye.